Hey up, how are we all doing? Good to see you all. Welcome back. Welcome back to Bournemouth against Everton. Massive game, this one. Massive game. Feels like both teams will be disappointed with the results they got this weekend. And I know that's not particularly illuminating. They both got beat. But they both got beat in disappointing ways, very different ways. Bournemouth 2-0 up away at the Stadium of Light. They throw it away, 3-2. Everton get absolutely dismantled by Newcastle. Let's be honest, they were down within the first 60 seconds and then didn't really recover ever from that. 4-1 they end up losing. But Bournemouth, Andoni Iraola, how good they have been this season, you would imagine they will be maybe even more frustrated the fact they couldn't see out a 2-goal lead away at the Stadium of Light, even though Sunderland have been terrific this season. So it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. Obviously, listen, Liverpool fan, I am rooting for Bournemouth. Of course I am. And here's Shell. How's it going, Shell? Good to see you. We've got our resident Everton fan, Shell, in. Hope you're doing well, Shell. Good to see you. And yeah, listen, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how both teams shape up. We'll go through the lineups as well. Here we go. Bournemouth against Everton lineup. So Bournemouth have got Petrovic in goal, Jimenez, Milosevic, Diakite and Truffert at the back. Adams, Scott in that sitting sort of position and just in front of the defence. Adley off the right. Semenyo is back off the left. Kluivert in the 10 just behind Krupi. And what a talented player Krupi is, by the way. He looks to have really settled into life at Bournemouth. And then for Everton, it's Pickford in goal. It's Mikolenko left back. It's Tarkovsky and O'Brien at centre back. And James Garner right back up against Semenyo. That feels like a very deliberate shift from David Moyes, doesn't it? That Semenyo isn't quite getting the... Oh, well, there you go. Keane's injured. I didn't know that. Apologies. Keane's injured, says Shell. Okay, so no Keane, which obviously does mean, yeah, O'Brien shifting in and they had to do something at right back. So James Garner to right back. In midfield, Dewsbury Hall and Irabunum. Irabunum had an absolute shocker, didn't he? The other day against Newcastle, and he was hauled off at half-time. Thank you very much for the star, Paul. And then it's Grealish off the left, Illiman and Dye off the right, and Charlie Alcaraz just off Tierno Barry. So yeah, James Garner right back against Semenyo. I'm not sure what to make of that. But Bournemouth-Everton, what a game this is going to be. Both sides still... I mean, look, Everton are only a point behind Bournemouth, and Bournemouth, many people have said, what a wonderful season, wonderful start to the season they've had. Bournemouth win. They go on 22 points. You know, could be in and around the top 6. Everton win, much the same. Maybe they'd be level on points with Liverpool if Everton win. But obviously, if Everton were to lose, and, you know, you look at some of the other teams who are just behind them, Forest, West Ham, Fulham. I mean, look, if who Fulham got this weekend? Fulham have got City. Fulham have got City tonight. Yeah, I don't think Fulham are going to overtake Everton anytime soon. I don't see Fulham overtaking them. Unless Fulham get a point. If Fulham get a point against City tonight, then they probably do overtake Everton. But yeah, listen, Forest, West Ham, Leeds... It only takes those teams to start picking up a couple of results, and Everton all of a sudden will start looking over the shoulder. They'll start looking just over the shoulder. They'll start looking down and not up, and they'll start to get maybe pulled into it a little bit if they're not careful. So a couple of really big games coming up for Everton. It's a big month, isn't it? Look, Illiman and Dye's going off to the AFCON. Idrissa Gana Gueye's been suspended. He's going off to the AFCON as well. Everton have got a run of fixtures now where they've got Bournemouth, Forest, Chelsea, Arsenal. Bournemouth, Forest, Chelsea, Arsenal. And even after that, it doesn't get much easier. They play Burnley away. They've got Forest twice in 24 days. Who's done that fixture list? Forest twice in 24 days. But yeah, a really, really difficult run of fixtures now for Everton where they play Chelsea, Arsenal, Bournemouth away and Forest at home. So tough run of games. Adrian Berder, hi Key mate, good to see you. Ginga, evening Key, you well? I can see an Everton win here. Hey, that's a bold It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him. No, I don't think Everton win. My prediction tonight is 3-1 Bournemouth. I think 3-1. Sorry, Shell. I hate to keep saying that, but I really do. I think Bournemouth win tonight. They're a good side at the Vitality. I just think they've got more quality up there. They've got Semenyo, they've got Cliver. I like Krupi. I think Alex Scott's a wonderful player. Just broke into the England squad, of course. The Legend FK says, that Nintendo kit behind you, what team is that for? It's Fiorentina, mate, that one. Yeah, Fiorentina. Ginga says, we play Wolves twice in close proximity as well. And Adrian Berda says, tune to run riot against Spurs. Away the lads. Sorry, I'm not ignoring your TikTok, I promise you. Let me just catch you up. But yeah, how are we all doing tonight? How are we all feeling? Let me know in the chat. Get me your thoughts in the comments, your predictions, wherever you're watching us tonight, whether you're watching us on TikTok, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Twitch or X or wherever you're watching. Make sure you give us a like. It massively helps. So yeah, all good to see everyone, and I'm intrigued to see how this one pans out. Kai says Fulham to win 3-1 against City. Fulham to win 3-1 against City. I'm not sure, you know. Kai says, what game are you watching? There's a big clue just up here, Kai. What are we saying, sorry? What do I think of Igor Thiago? Very, very good player. Yeah, very good player. Like him a lot. Had a bad injury. Seems to have bounced back now. It's good to see him. Shell, I'll let you know at full time. And Sam says, hey Key, we played so well against Villa. If we bring that confidence into Wednesday, we might get a win at long last. Listen, I'm telling you, I know you're not Sam, but I'm telling you, I think we'll stay up. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling in my gut. Could be wrong. Could be something else. But I think we'll stay up. I'm calling it. Calling it now. Ginga says 3-2 Everton, Grealish, brace of assists and Ndai, brace of goals. That's a bet right there. Buckets will love you for that. Why is my chat not showing up? I'm going to have to turn my chat off tonight. I don't know why my chat's not showing up. I might need to refresh it, I'm guessing. Maybe, possibly. Refresh. Let's see, does that help? Does that help at all? No, don't know why it's not showing up. Crazy. I bet on Sunderland to win at Anfield. That's bold. That's very bold. And Shell says, hit the likes for Key, the Copites. And Technical Husband says, can it be possible that Everton beat Bournemouth? Listen, anything's possible. It's football. Anything's possible. But will it happen? In my opinion, no. I think Bournemouth win tonight. That's what I'm going for. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. It's happened before. But I'm going for Bournemouth to win. Alex, how's it going, Alex? Good to see you. And Kai says, I'm not 100% on the score, but I'm 100% sure that Fulham will win against City. Nice. Jake, you followed me, thanks. Isaac, no way, the GOAT Key followed me. Listen, I just went on today and I thought I'd follow some of our regulars. So yeah, good. If you're a regular, I'll hit you to follow. The Legend FK says, I think Leeds stay up. Oh no, I can't see Leeds. Sadly, I just feel like Leeds haven't got the goals in them. Just haven't got the goals in them. The live goal is now complete. Oh, the life goal is now complete. Sam, I like the optimism, Key. Listen, I'm telling you, I've got a feeling with Wolves. I just feel like Rob Edwards is going to get something from it. Gasman, Bournemouth or Everton to win. For me, I think Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth to win. Yeah, I think Bournemouth to win. I'm going to go 3-1. I like Junior Krupi. I like Semenyo. I think Alex Scott's a great player. Truffert on the left. Milos Saveljevic and Diakite have done all right at times this season. Petrovic too. So yeah, I'm going for a Bournemouth win. Adrian, after Bournemouth losing at the weekend, I think they'll beat Everton comfortably tonight. So Everton are going to have to bounce back themselves. Like I said, it's 4-1 defeat at home to Newcastle. That'll have stung. And players like Barry as well, Tierno Barry, really, really low on confidence. He got a goal, and you could see, even though Newcastle were 4-0 up at the time, he gets a goal, and you could see it, like, he was so excited, he was so happy, and then they ripped it away from him. It was gutting, wasn't it? It was absolutely heartbreaking to see Tierno Barry, who's obviously tried so hard all season, and he's still not got a goal for Everton. Shell, that's us winning then. The Legend FK, I'm delighted for this stream at the moment. A lot of other football lives are terrible. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, mate. I really enjoy chatting footy with you as well. I really do. Hang on a second. Let me catch up. Where are we up to? Super Freak says Bournemouth need a new ground. The vitality is rubbish. And Kane says Sunderland to beat Liverpool. I don't think they'll beat us, no, but I wouldn't rule out a point because they're a very, very difficult side to beat at the minute, Sunderland. They don't know when they're beat. AFC says West Ham are staying up. I think West Ham should, just about. I think the only two that I can really seriously hang my hat on are Leeds and Burnley. I don't think Leeds and Burnley stay up. I don't think they've got the ability in the squad. I don't think the managers are good enough, and I just can't see Leeds and Burnley staying up personally. Jake says, no way you actually follow me, didn't believe it first, more I looked. Isaac, do you think we're winning tonight, Key? Newcastle Spurs. Do I think Newcastle are winning tonight? Yeah. Do you know what? No, I don't think you are. I think Spurs get a point. I'm backing Spurs to get a point. It's a big game, that, for Thomas Frank. Very, very big game for Thomas Frank. He's got to get something there. And it's such a tough game as well. For Newcastle away is tough for anyone at any time, but particularly for Thomas Frank at the minute, he's really struggling. Really struggling. What are we up to? Sorry. Isaac said, glad to see Miley playing again. Love him. Yeah, Miley with a goal against Everton the other day, so. Hopefully he keeps going. And Kane, Key, you still stopping after Christmas, or are you continuing? TBC. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll see. I'm not 100%. I'd like to carry on, but life, bills. I don't know, mate. I'd love to keep doing it though, because it's a lot of fun, and I'll be honest, I've watched 500 plus games this year on this channel. It's great fun. I love it. But, if I didn't have the channel, I'd probably still be watching 300 to 400. So it doesn't really change an awful lot for me. It's just whether or not I do it with you guys, or I do it sat downstairs with a beer or something. I don't know. Chimey, hey chat, hey Key, good to see you, Chimey. And Shell, nice to see you've moved the toilet paper from behind you with some proper footy shirts. Cheeky. Adrian says Newcastle will get an early goal. Floodgates could open, pal. Yeah, this is it. Spurs are it feels like Spurs are very much where Liverpool have been, and maybe still are to some extent. Very lacking in resilience, I think. Really, really struggling. So as soon as a goal goes in, they just melt. They wilt. Why do people come in and spam? As if you just, what an absolute pleb. If you can come in and say whatever you want, just be sound about it. I don't mind, even if you're coming in and being, insulting or whatever. You come in and start spamming 4, 5, 6 at the same time. It's just annoying everyone else. It doesn't even annoy me, but it annoys everyone else. Kane says, what are you made of some of the United players this season? Oh, United players season, Key. Yoro didn't have a great game the other day, did he? I thought Palace were very unfortunate not to be more than 2 or 3 up in the first half. And Ketty had a shocker, missed a couple of big chances. Mateta missed a couple of big chances. Game should have been out of sight at half-time. But United did really, really well to turn it round. So credit to United, credit to Ruben Amorim. Really, really good performance. That to win certainly a second half performance, really strong second half performance to turn that around at Selhurst Park. There's not many win at Selhurst Park, not many, including the top teams. You know, your Liverpools, your Cities, your Arsenals, your Chelseas, they all struggle at Selhurst Park as well, by the by. So yeah, United going there and getting a win is that feels maybe like the first statement win of the season, in my opinion, for Manchester United. I don't like the performance in the first half was dreadful. Performance in the second half was absolutely brilliant. They were limiting Palace to very few chances, took their chances, a couple of really good goals, and then controlled the game for the most part thereafter. Palace weren't brilliant, but I'll give United credit where it's due. Kinga says pleb, not heard that in years. City 1, Bournemouth 3, 2-0, Newcastle 2-1 is my prediction. Oh, City 3-1 win against Fulham, Bournemouth 2-0, Newcastle 2-1 is your prediction today. Okay. And Kane says, how much did they sign Nketiah for? Because he's been dreadful. I think he was 30 million, wasn't he? Pretty sure he was 30 million quid, Eddie Nketiah. Here's a man who'll know. Goliath, our Arsenal fan. I'm sure you'll tell us, won't you, mate? How much was Eddie Nketiah sold to Palace for? I'm sure it was like 30 million quid. Because he had a burgeoning reputation when he went to Palace. Done really well at Leeds and had a bit of a blossoming reputation. It just didn't really seem to work out, and I feel like Palace. That's not good value for money, is it? Kane says, how much did they sign Nketiah? Oh, we've done that one. Timbo, hey Key, gonna ask the same question with a different name. Do you still not rate Reece James? What do you mean do I not rate Reece James? I do rate Reece James. I just don't think he's better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't think that's an unfair statement, is it? I like it. I don't mind Reece James. He's a good defender. And I just feel like Tuchel maybe unfairly favours him. Chimey, only the best teams win at Selhurst Park. And Goliath, how's your day been, Key? My day has been excellent today. Excellent. Absolutely brilliant. Hopefully yours has too. Sorry, that was very rude of me. Hopefully yours has too, mate. And very good to see you in the chat as always. Nketiah had a lot of potential. Isaac, who am I going to watch for the Romanian 4th Division on Thursday afternoon now? I don't know what you mean. Kai says, Key, drop me a follow, lad. Go ahead, I'll drop you a follow. Kane says, Luke Shaw is better than Reece James. Nah, I can't agree with that. Take that back. Shell says, blue too behind you, lovely. That's purple, that one. No, that side. That's purple, that Shell. It's purple. It's Batistuta purple. That's the official colour. Batistuta purple from a Fiorentina kit. We've got Fiorentina. No, hang on. I'm trying to get me angles right. We've got Liverpool, Fiorentina, Juventus down here, and then PSG, and then we've got Spain, Atletico Madrid, Ajax, and Lazio, just there. That's Lazio. Yeah. So I've got lots of different kits in. Kai says Everton 2-2. Kane's still good at the rage baiting. And the legend FK says Reece James over Luke Shaw for me. Yeah, listen, of course it's Reece James. Kinga says I'm picking Reece James over Trent. Far more physical and athletic. He's pretty solid offensively too. Would love to have seen Luke Shaw now if he hadn't got that leg break early on. Yeah, well, listen, I don't mind Luke Shaw. He's a good player. Not many players have scored in the Championship final for England, have they? But, yeah, I agree. Injuries have hit him quite hard. Goliath says, Core, Batistuta, I used to sign him in the Championship Manager 99. 99. Would he have been at Roma by that point? I think he'd have left Fiorentina maybe and had gone to Roma at that point. I'm not sure. No, he hadn't, because I'm sure he was still playing. Didn't he score the screamer against United in 99? The one at Old Trafford. What a goal that was, by the way. The legend FK, do you start or bench Mo Salah tomorrow? I would I would start Mo Salah tomorrow. Yeah, I would start him. Right, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat your predictions, because we've got the lineups coming out now, or the team's coming out now, rather. Lazio is a bad look. Why is Lazio a bad look? Lazio's a great side. Back in the day, they were brilliant. Callum says, knowing Salah's going to the AFCON on the 15th, I wouldn't play him. Let the team get into a rhythm without him. I feel like we've got to play him just because... I think he's a match winner, and we've took him out the side. I would be amazed if we didn't play him. I'd be absolutely amazed if we didn't play him at this point. Kai says, remember, Fulham win. All right, well, listen, when you come back in later. Come back in later. We'll be updating everyone on the score lines and everything throughout the night tonight. This one is 2 minutes away from kickoff. So let's see how Fulham City get on, how Newcastle Tottenham get on. Those two. Oh, sorry, Newcastle kicks off at 8:15, doesn't it? Oh, do you know what we'll do then? We'll turn Newcastle Spurs on at half-time, because that'll just have kicked off. So we'll put Newcastle Spurs on half-time. Blackburn v Ipswich tonight in the Championship. Big game in the Championship. Big game in League One as well. Wigan Burton at the old DW Stadium. Barca Atletico Madrid kicks off in half an hour. So some big games tonight. We'll keep you updated on all of them. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Do you think Newcastle should go for a new left winger in the summer? A new left winger? No chance. No, Harvey Barnes seems to be doing well. You've got Anthony Gordon there. You can't really afford a new left winger. Unless you're going to try and move Anthony Gordon on. But I honestly don't think you get anyone to pay serious money for Anthony Gordon. Goliath, I'm going for a Bournemouth win. Just edging it. Shells thinks 3-1 win for the Toffees. And Chimey says, Key, have you seen Genoa's third kit? It's absolutely amazing. I haven't. I'll have a look at it. Let me have a little look. I'll search that up now. The Eastern Red. Hi, Key. How are you? Semenyo's back in my FPL up the Cherries. And David Moyes lost one of his last 9 Premier League visits to Bournemouth. So that tells you a lot. David Moyes would be unlikely to lose this one today if we're going off recent form. So we're off and underway here at the Vitality. Come on, Bournemouth. Put these Toffees, put these blue noses away. Swifty, I had no idea there was TV games tonight. Nice surprise. Always TV games. And Thomas says, what's your score prediction? Score prediction for this one is 3-1 to Bournemouth. Yeah, I think Bournemouth have got goals in the side. I don't really believe that Everton do. Timbo Key does as many Everton streams as he does Liverpool streams. Do you know why, though? Do you know what, honestly? I'll say that maybe Everton are a massive club. Everton are a huge, huge club. And they are very underserved online, seemingly. Because my best performing streams in terms of views and everything are typically Everton games. Now, I'd watch Everton anyway. I quite like watching Everton because I'm a Liverpool fan and obviously I enjoy watching them get beat. So, yeah, I would have watched Everton anyway, but it just seems to be a happy coincidence that they do well. Whenever we do them, we do get Everton games and they do quite well. So, yeah, listen, it's all good. Paul says, I'm watching Fulham v City. Keep us updated, Paul, how they're playing. If you're sticking around, and the legend FK, I need to get with the times in the Championship. Do Coventry no longer play at Highfield Road? No, the Coventry moved from Highfield Road. I think Highfield Road's flats now or a housing estate. Apparently, someone told me, a Coventry fan came in and said that they still have the centre circle from Highfield Road as part of the housing complex that now exists there. How true that is, I don't know. I was told by a Coventry fan in the chat. No reason to believe he would lie to me, of course. Bournemouth down the right-hand side here. Stood up to the far post. That's going to go out for a corner, is it? Nah, straight out for a goal kick. Paul says the Rico, is it, Coventry? No, it's the... What's it called? The Coventry... I'm sure, is it the Coventry Building Community Stadium? Coventry Building Society or Coventry Stadium. Coventry Building Society Arena. It's the Coventry Building Society Arena. There you go. Did it used to be called the Rico Arena? Yeah, formerly known as the Rico. I thought it was. Timbo, thoughts on Super Frank's job at Coventry? Can't knock it, can you? He's done well. Very well. And Kai says, Key, you haven't followed me. I have. I have followed you. Promise. Promise. Right, Everton, Barry knocks it over to Ndai, but Bournemouth intercept. Here's Semenyo. Oh, that was a bit of a naughty tackle. Garner, strong in the tackle. Here's Alex Scott. Good pass. Krupi breaks the lines. Oh, good tackle. Unlucky. Much better. Kai, on what account? On this account. It says following. I've just clicked your thing. It says following. Jake says Everton are a massive club. Don't be silly. What do you mean Everton are a massive club? Of course they're a massive club. Everton are a huge club. Isaac, I'd rather invest in a midfielder, somebody to replace Joe Linton. Does Joe Linton need replacing? I wouldn't have thought he did. I thought Joe Linton's been alright for you, to be honest. Timbo says, I have Ndai in my FPL. If he could do something, that'd be nice. And the Legend FK says, Highfield Road, Filbert Street, Baseball Ground, The Dell, Roker Park, Highbury, Upton Park. Oh yeah, they've all gone. All long since gone. MC, Everton will get back on track for Europe. Conference League would be a solid season. And expect it. You think Everton are going to finish in the top 7? 7th? You think Everton can finish 7th? Come on. That's absolutely shocking. The Legend FK says Everton in the top 7. No, not for me. No chance. Timbo, some people think only Liverpool or United can be massive, but there's lots of massive English clubs. Everton for me are absolutely a huge English club. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Massive fan base. Got a really good stadium. History of success. Last 30 years they've been very, very poor. Hilariously poor, but they are undeniably still a massive club, yeah. FCB18 says you traitor. Why traitor? Why traitor? Michael Stafford, come on, Boscombe. Who's Boscombe? Surely that's not Bournemouth. There's no way you've mistyped Bournemouth and got Boscombe. Adrian Berder, Goliath, Batistuta was an epic. And Shell says, yep, told you 7th. Everton are not finishing 7th. Perish the thought. Everton are not finishing 7th. It isn't happening. Not a chance. Reece, I'm an Everton fan and top 10 at most. If Everton got top 10, I think that would be an astonishing season. AFC Harv, how's it going? Good to see you, man. And Timbo says, who is the best ever Everton player in the Premier League era? Easy, Duncan Ferguson. No, it'd be Wayne Rooney, wouldn't it? Of course. Wayne Rooney would be the best ever Premier League Everton player. And to be fair, he fucked Everton off when he was like 19, didn't he? Or 18. Jamie Weir, evening folks, good to see you, Jamie. And Chimey says, I think Newcastle are bigger than City. How are Newcastle bigger than City? Newcastle aren't bigger than City, come on. How are Newcastle... come on. Newcastle have won one trophy in like 50, 60 years. A lot more than that. 60, 70 years. There's no way Newcastle are bigger. No way. Al's Cush. Hey, is this Everton hate watch better than Atleti v Barca? Well, stick around and find out. Let me know. DC says Seamus Coleman, and Vilo says, I don't see a way Gomez gets dropped if he performs like he did. Stronger with every game. The problem with Gomez is he's getting injections in his knee to try and get through games, and he hasn't really played back-to-back for years. He hasn't played 90 minutes back-to-back for years. He also hasn't played 90 minutes back-to-back within a 72-hour period. It's just not... There's just no way for me. There is just no way at all that Gomez can start again against Sunderland, because if he does and he gets a knock, he gets injured, then we have no backup centre-back. 0 backup centre-backs, which would be horrible. We have to keep at least one. Shell says we needed to sell Rooney. You did, but he wanted to leave, didn't he? He wouldn't have stuck around. I think it suited Everton to sell him, and he wanted to leave, so, I can certainly understand. But for me, I would still say Rooney's the best player that Everton have... Maybe the best player that Everton have ever had, to be honest. But still, if we're talking about best players who had their primes at Everton... Do you know what? I think I'd probably be looking at players like Cahill. I think Tim Cahill was absolutely underrated. He was brilliant, Tim Cahill. I mean, Baines was a good player, and Seamus Coleman, again, longevity, and Mikel Arteta had ability and stuff. But Mikel Arteta wasn't as good as Tim Cahill. I thought Cahill was absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, he was different class. Wayne Rooney and Neville Southall. Neville Southall was a brilliant goalkeeper, but I think his peak had finished by the time the Premier League kind of swung round. Al's Cush says, every game I heard that Liverpool lost, I immediately thought of your mental health. Thanks for beating Madrid, though. Thanks, mate. Here's Alex Scott. Bournemouth dominating the early possession. Ball whipped in, out for a throw. FCB, you are class. How have you only got 6,000 subscribers? Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. I don't know why I've only got... I mean, I'm proud of 6,000. I'm very proud of them. But it's still very early for me, mate. I've not... The channel's less than 12 months old. I've only been doing this... I've only been doing this less than 12 months, and believe me, I've made lots and lots of mistakes doing it. So, I appreciate it, though. Thank you very much for the nice comment. Goliath, I was enjoying the Bournemouth game, but my daughter wants to watch City. Tell her, on her bike. No chance. Bournemouth v Everton. MC, yeah, I think Everton will finish 7th. They have some players who can produce magic. Who? Who do Everton have that can produce magic any more than who other people have? The legend FK, Nikita Jelavic, I think that was his name. Jelavic wasn't. Timbo, it's Cahill, Baines or Coleman. Maybe even Fellaini. It's not Fellaini. It's definitely not Fellaini, Everton's best Premier League player. I'll tell you who was very underrated, though, as an Everton player. Nigel Martin. Nigel Martin was absolutely top quality. Beat yourself, Dylan says City dominating but still 0-0. And the legend FK says a lot of teams can produce magic. Everton have less magicians right now, though. Honestly, I think if you look at all of the teams around that sort of 7th, 6th, 5th, 8th, the European places, if your claim is that Everton will get the Europa Conference League, and your logic behind that is that they've got a lot of magicians, or they've got players who can win things, or they've got players who can create something out of nothing, I wouldn't disagree with you. But you've got everyone else who does as well. You look at Newcastle. Newcastle have got players like Voltemade now who's starting to play really well, and Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali. You know, Harvey Barnes is on a great run of form. It's yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Adrian Berder, Laura Woods collapsed live on TV. Laura Woods has. Oh no. Laura Woods. Oh my God. Taken ill while the coverage of England's friendly against Ghana on Tuesday. Chance for Everton, cleared away. Woods was caught by pundit Ian Wright and Anita, at which point ITV cut to an advert break. Oh. Oh, well, hopefully she's okay. I like Laura Woods. MC says, see Dewsbury Hall's goal at the weekend. Grealish and Ndiaye also better than anyone outside the top six. Nah, I don't know. Harry Wilson's one of them. Yeah, Paul just said Harry Wilson up for this game, pal. For me, Harry Wilson's absolutely phenomenal. And Dewsbury Hall has had one very good goal against United. He's followed that up with a very good goal against Newcastle. But other than that this season, not been brilliant, you know. Goliath says, no way Everton finished 7th. I'm sorry, but there's just too much quality elsewhere. Respect. Have you ever been to Anfield? No, mate, never. Never, ever, ever in my life. No. I just stay here in my bedroom all day and every day. Is that the answer you were looking for, I assume? Tolga says, the data in the Everton match shows that there were two... Tolga, nobody knows what that means, mate. You're talking gobbledygook. Nobody knows what that means, Tolga. For the love of God, use Google Translate. Alsk says, it's 1:15 a.m. for me, waiting for the Barca match to start. And Tolga says, Everton. Right, okay, well, that's a little bit more clearer. So, Tolga's suggesting Everton or draw in this game. Now, he's on a run of 3 losses with his predictions. So, that means all the smart money's on Bournemouth. He predicted Spurs to beat Arsenal. He's predicted Liverpool to beat City. He predicted... He predicted West Ham not to lose against Liverpool at the weekend. He predicted Palace not to lose against United at the weekend. And he predicted Arsenal to win against Chelsea at the weekend. So, not even just 3 wins, three losses. He's getting everything wrong at the minute, Tolga. The Turkish supercomputer. He's getting it all wrong. Respect says, watch Barca versus Atletico. Oh, all right, mate. Yeah, I'll change the thumbnail and I'll change what everyone else is watching tonight just to Barca against Atletico. Because you've come in and said, demanded we watch Barca at Atletico. No, this is a better game. MC says Grealish and Ndiaye are better than anyone at Palace, Newcastle, Villa, for example. No, Ismail Assar is better than the pair of them. Ismail Assar is better than Iliman and Ndiaye. Ismail Assar is better than Grealish. I think if you look at Newcastle... Do you know what? I mean, Elanga's had a horrible start to his Newcastle career. I'm not sure I'd swap Iliman Ndiaye or Grealish for Elanga. And he's been pretty poor for Newcastle so far, but he's a really good player. Timbo, Morgan Rogers is better than the pair of them as well. Yeah, Morgan Rogers as well. This is it. That's why I just think it's an absolute nonsense to suggest Everton will finish in the top 7. Good side, you know, very, very decent. But I just can't. They don't create enough. They don't score enough. That's the big problem with Everton. Jaden, remember when I watched live for 26 days straight last season? All-timer. Absolute all-timer. And Reece says, I once predicted 3 old firms in a row, and what order the goals were scored. Sweet Lord. Alsk says, when I saw your first stream, it was an Atletico match in which Sorloth scored 4. Yes, that was... remember that? Was that Sociedad? That was Atletico Madrid against Sociedad, I think, and it finished 5-0, 5-1 to Madrid. Yeah, Sorloth 4 goals. City have scored. Fulham 0, City 1. Haaland, would you believe? Erling Haaland with the goal. City are in front. I think we could have all predicted that one. And Everton have started to get a bit more into this game early in the first half. They've grown into it. Bournemouth started well first 10 minutes, but it feels maybe the last 5, Everton are just starting to pick up the ball a bit more, getting a bit more comfortable. It's a good ball into Ndiaye. Can he get it in the box though? No. Corner. Well done. Did well. Samir, the robot, scoring again. And the legend FK says, can City catch Arsenal? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not. Listen, Arsenal have got Villa away at the weekend. They've got Villa away, and Villa are in a good little run of form themselves. Tough place to go, Villa Park. If Arsenal were to drop points again, City were to win, who knows? Yeah, they can keep closing that gap, City. Chance! Oh, strike from the edge of the box. Miles over from Everton. Onapermo 1-0 City. And Callum says the striking Viking does it again. 100 in the league. Yeah. Vigo the Carpathian from Ghostbusters. Jaden says Tottenham will get battered by us. And Jake, I swear Haaland is not human. Haaland is just a physical freak. He's a specimen. He's like he's been built on. Do you remember back in the day when you could like build a wrestler on the SmackDown games or whatever, and you'd just like rank all the physical attributes up to whatever 100 or 99. That's what I feel like. That's what Haaland's got basically. He's like, yeah, height 99, strength 99. Pace, 99. Power, 99. Paul says, Haaland, dad was decent. And, what we saying, sorry, MC, come on, Key, I know Grealish isn't your favourite, but can't deny he is one of the best in the league. One of the best in the league? Really? If you're naming your top 5 Premier League left wingers, is Jack Grealish in it? Is he? Top 5 Premier League left wingers, is Jack Grealish in it? He's not. He's not. And I don't think Everton fans would claim that he is, either, for what it's worth. Callum says it's going to be Newcastle 3, Spurs 0, Fulham 0, City 2, and Bournemouth 1, Everton 1. It's looking like it's going to be a night of few chances, this one. Neither team have really created anything in the opening 20 minutes, so a little bit flat. Adam says, what has happened to Fulham? They used to be giant slayers. They're just inconsistent. I mean, they've gone to Spurs the other day and beat Spurs at Spurs. Really good performance. They only ended up losing to Arsenal because it hit a corner, set-piece FC, and it hit Trossard in the gonads or whatever, and then it bounced in. So they're a bit unlucky, Fulham. Goliath says that describes Haaland perfectly. And Onapermo says Haaland was built with a crisper machine. What's a crisper machine? Liam, evening Key, good to see you. And MC says top 5 left wingers, of course. He wouldn't be a million miles off top 5 players overall. Fuck off. In the nicest possible way. You think Jack Grealish wouldn't be a million... I'll tell you what, if you're naming me your top 10 Premier League players, any position, top 10, you're telling me Jack Grealish might be in there. Oh, you are having an absolute laugh. Jack Grealish is in the top 10 Premier League players. No. Ben says Sky's audio for the City game is having a nightmare. You can hear John Champion in the background on different comms. And Honor Permo says gene editing technology. Fair enough. Mark says, why is Salah going to AFCON in 2 weeks? Exciting me more for Chiesa time. Chiesa won't play. Chiesa won't play. Telling you, it won't make any difference. Chiesa won't play when Salah goes. Goliath says, I love when we score set pieces. It triggers everyone. And chiming, not even in the top 100. Goliath, I think someone's trying to wind you up. No, listen, he's a good lad, MC. And he's been in the chat for a long time. I think he is sincere. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. He might be trying to wind me up. But he does love. He's a Liverpool fan, bizarrely. And he loves Jack Grealish. He absolutely loves him. Chance Bournemouth. Oh, good save from Pickford. First big chance of the game. Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky. Thomas Roberts, who is Liverpool's next game? Tomorrow against Sunderland. I'm live for it. Mark says, still worried for our next game. We're getting ahead of ourselves after West Ham. And MC says, hardly anyone dribbles anymore. And Grealish is one of the best. So yes, I'd have him right up there. I can't get on board with that one. Oh, that's handball, referee. That should be handball from Jake O'Brien. Hits his arm, that, in the penalty area, sir. Are we going to check that? Are we going to check that, sir? Any chance of a check? Surely. Let's have a check on that. It hits his hand in the penalty area. It hits his hand in the penalty area. It's a penalty, ref. It's a penalty. That is a penalty. Jake O'Brien in the penalty area. It hits his arm. There's a check on this. There's a check. That's handball. That is handball. That has to be handball. Clearest handball. You got, look at that. Handball all day, every day. Handball must be. Are we having it? Are we having it? Throw in. Oh, this ref. Oh, this ref. He's having an absolute shocker. 3-star Reds, evening key, bit late tonight, getting used to my new MacBook. Hey, enjoy. FM No Casual says, these refs are fucking disgraceful, man. And AM says, clear pen for me, they won't go give it knowing them. The Legend FK says, for me, Grealish doesn't make the top 15 players in the league, just my opinion. I genuinely think if someone said to me, you've got to name 30 better Premier League players than Jack Grealish, I reckon I could do it. 30. In any position, I can name 30 better than him. There's no way Jack Grealish makes the top. He was saying top 5. He was saying top 5 Premier League overall. Jack Grealish is in the top 5 overall. You are having a joke. You're trying to pull my leg here. Timbo says, do it now, Key. Fuck off, lad. FM No Casual says, Iraola was what? Winning or whining about refs, so they're not going to give the Cherries anything. And Clarkey says Matthias Cunha is a better player than Jack Grealish. I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Honor Permo says I'll probably watch the Newcastle Spurs game. Well, that kicks off in 20 minutes' time. Hopefully he'll stick with us. But if you don't, that's fine too. Let us know. Keep us updated. Lewis, Grealish is still in Livermento's pocket from Saturday. No, penalty wasn't given, Davon. It's a free kick here to Everton. Headed clear. Easy peasy. The Legend FK, how many Iraolas are there? There's the Bournemouth manager. He's Iraola. That's Iraola. Iraola plays for West Ham. Timbo and Burmo, Bruno and Cunha at Man United. All better. Eh? Yeah, that's Man United. Yeah, I would say so. I would say Cunha and Burmo and Bruno Fernandes all better than Jack Grealish. If I was going to go through, all right, fine. Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll go through. You've teased me into it, right? So if I'm going Premier League team by team, I would say Wolves. Any Wolves players better than Jack Grealish? I'll concede Wolves. I think there's maybe a few fringe, players, but no, we'll go Jack Grealish. Burnley, no. Leeds, no. Nottingham Forest, yeah. Gibbs White is. Elliot Anderson is. Murillo is. And that's probably it. There you go. So there's 3 from Forest. Fulham players better than Jack Grealish. I think Harry Wilson is. I do. I think Harry Wilson is. Harry Wilson. Is he better? Yeah, I think he is. I think Harry Wilson's better than Jack Grealish. Tottenham. Oh, that's good. Here we go. Truffert down the left-hand side. Oh, Semenyo. Oh, that's poor from Semenyo. Really poor. Hang on a minute. I've missed Newcastle out, haven't I? Voltemada is. Tonali is. Bruno is. Chow is. Yeah. Livramento. Lewis Hall. There's loads. Christ, we'll be here all day. We'll be here all day. I've named about 15 players I'd rather have there just in the bottom 5. So, as soon as we get further up the table, I reckon I could name 50 better than Jack Grealish. Razine, how's the game going? We're facing Atleti tonight. Got any predictions? I think Barca will win that one. And Chimey says Pereira. Not Pereira. I don't think Pereira's better. Is he not even there anymore, is he? Pereira's not even at Fulham anymore. He's gone. He's not at the club. On a Permo, I've seen they're using VAR for corners at the World Cup. VAR for corners. What, as in to check if it's gone over the line and it's going to be a corner? Or to check for a specific thing? Like to see if it's bent out of play or for pulling on corners or what? Illiman and Dye down the left-hand side. Poor cross. Really poor. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about. People say I've got an agenda against Illiman and Dye. I haven't. He's a really good player. But too often, he ghosts in games and doesn't produce with his final ball. He's a very, very talented player. But far too often doesn't produce when he gets in those positions. And he's just done it again then. He's one of them players who looks really, really good. Really, really good. Because he can dribble and he can carry it. And he can make a few defenders look silly. Onapermo says maybe if it's contested about who touched the ball last. I hope that doesn't slow the game down unnecessarily though. That'll be a pain in the arse, won't it? Timbo, I'd like VAR to be able to disallow a goal when it shouldn't have been a corner. MC, none of those at Forest players, none of those at Forest are better than... You're saying that Gibbs White, Murillo and Elliot Anderson are not better than Jack Grealish? Mate, come on. Elliot Anderson, if you can have one player in your side, Elliot Anderson or Jack Grealish, you're picking Jack Grealish. You're having a giggle. You're pulling my plonker, mate. There's no chance. Same with Gibbs White. Gibbs White's better than Jack Grealish. Murillo definitely is. What a centre-back. He's a really good player. There's no way. Timbo, I think MC is still in 2020. He's in the time machine. He's in a time warp. He's thinking of Villa Grealish. I don't want to dwell on the whole Jack Grealish thing. I'm not denying that he's a good player. He is a good player, but he's past his best. Truffert. It's going to be a corner, is it? No. Garner keeps it in. Illiman and Dye back to Garner and pumped up the pitch. Bournemouth knock it long. That's poor. MC says there's loads of players can do what Elliot Anderson can do. Very few can do what Jack Grealish can. Jack Grealish can't do what Jack Grealish can. He's too many games where he just doesn't turn up. Too many games. He's not the player that he was. He just isn't. Clarkey, Amad Diallo was better than Jack Grealish. Well, if we're talking about players I would rather have in my team, yes. I would rather have Amad Diallo over Jack Grealish. Like I said, I could name 50. And that's no dig at Jack Grealish. He was a very good player. He's still not a bad player. But he's not like... There's some players who are really good at carrying the ball, or they can produce little moments here and there. Adam Lallana was a bit like that. But even Adam Lallana got to an age where he wasn't doing it every week, and it's kind of the same with Grealish now. He's just not there anymore. Timbo, Esteval, better than Grealish, Key. Probably not right at this moment in time, but obviously if you ask me which player I would rather have, then obviously it's Esteval. But like right at this moment in time, if I could pick one player to have, like if I'm picking a team tomorrow for a game, I think I'd probably edge Jack Grealish over Esteval. And that's just because of Esteval still a little bit young, still a little bit naive at times, and still a little bit use of the ball. Like he's got massive potential. Use of the ball is a little bit questionable at times, and I think that's one of the reasons maybe why Maresca took him off against Arsenal. I don't know. D said Grealish has made a great start to the season, but I assume he's been out injured since then. No, he's playing tonight. Here he is, Grealish into Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. He's got Ndai over on the other side. Good chance for Everton here. Ndai gives it away. Poor. Iliman Ndai gives it away. Really simple. Again, I'm not, trying to pick on the lad. He's a good player, but too often, just not quite making the right decision at the end. Still a very, very talented player, though. Come on, Bournemouth, says Gamers O Shadow. Or Gamer 2 Shadow, sorry, is that? Gamer 20 Shadow. Thank you very much. Good to see you in the chat. Shell, think we'll give old Gravel Voice a kicking 3-star. Old Gravel Voice. The Legend FK says, has anyone gone in for Sarr? I think he's a wonderful player at the moment. He's injured at the minute. Sarr's a little bit like that though, isn't he? Sarr can get a little bit inconsistent, but he's I think Ismaila Sarr's grossly underrated. Very, very talented player. Bryn Super Blue, he's not playing well lately, mate, and just feels like he's took his eye off the ball a little bit, doesn't it? Like I said, it's mad to say that he's literally got one Premier League assist in 18 months. 18 months, one Premier League assist? How crazy is that? For a player who people like big up as this, like, whoa, what a player, absolutely fantastic. He looks great. He's one of them players who I think is deceptively good. He carries the ball well, he can beat a man, drop a shoulder, all that stuff. End product is a real big issue for him. Garner, great ball in. Easy claim for Petrovic. Honor Permo says, I'd agree with that on Sarr. A little bit hot and cold. And Shell says, let's have a goal, Charlie. Charlie Alcaraz, another one who's not really been involved in the game tonight. Mike, is Moyes still playing that dry walk the ball in the net style? It feels very much the same sort of attack that Everton keep doing because they haven't got full-backs, which was a massive decision for David Moyes in the summer. Everton haven't got a lot of money to spend, and the little money that they had to spend, they wasted large amounts of it on, Asnu, 12, 15 million quid, whatever it was for him, from Bayern Munich. Young player. He's now on about going out on loan in January. 42 million for Tyler Diblin. Hasn't got a kick. I think he's played 70 minutes all season for Everton. There's been signings that Everton have made, and I think some of them have been really good. I think, Grealish, good loan signing. Dewsbury Hall. Tierno Barry, 30 million quid. Whether or not he kicks on, I don't know. Still no goal for the club yet. But I would say that it's such a big thing. Like every Everton fan I spoke to in the summer, we need full-backs, we need pace, we need width. They haven't got it. They've got Grealish who cuts in. They've got Ndiaye who cuts in. So they just constantly narrow the pitch up, which means your full-backs have to be high. They have to give you the width. And honestly, they play Jake O'Brien right back most weeks, who's a centre-back. And they play Mikalenko at left-back, who Moyes likes him to be quite deep and defensive anyway. He doesn't really contribute a lot going forward. So just feels like Everton have missed a couple of chances really to change their playing style, because too often it feels like they get a chance where they get an overload, they play it out to Ndiaye or Grealish, they look up, there's only Barry in the box, usually outmarked, so they end up playing it to the edge of the box, and there's not enough people arriving in the box for Everton. They're missing a Tim Cahill or a Fellaini. But definitely they need a full-back, maybe even two full-backs. Mikalenko's out of contract this summer. Seamus Coleman, wonderful legend of the club, absolute hero, but respectfully probably hasn't got an awful long career remaining. Patterson, Everton seem to have decided he's not the right man. Jake O'Brien can fill in there, but is he gonna fill in there long term? Probably not. He's more of a centre back, so they're desperate for at least one proper wing back, right back, and probably a replacement left back too. Eduvin Sanchez, goal for Bournemouth. Bryn says Dibling's supposed to be not training. Moyes not happy with him. Yes, need fullbacks. Yeah, there was rumours about Dibling's attitude as well not being particularly solid. Again, how true that is, I don't know. I'm not trying to dig the lad out. It's just things I've said or heard, things I've heard in the chat from other Everton fans coming in. Timbo said, where would Everton's best ever Premier League 11 finish in the league? Oh, now that's a good question. Where would Everton's best ever Premier League 11 finish in the league? Let's put that out onto the chat. Who is Everton's best ever Premier League 11? Let's do that. Long ball over the top here. Bournemouth. Yeah, no. See, for me, Everton's best ever Premier League 11 would be Nigel Martin in goal. It would be Seamus Coleman and Baines at full-back. Centre-backs would probably be again, I'm so torn. They had some good centre-backs back in the day, but I think I'd probably put Jagielka in there, and I'd probably put John Stones. Probably John Stones and Jagielka. Would that be about right? Midfield, you'd have to find a place. It'd probably have to go 4-4-2. So I'd probably go right wing. Who's the best right winger that Everton have had? Pienaar played off the left, didn't he? Pienaar off the left. I think I'd go Rooney, Lukaku up front. Kanchelskis maybe? Kanchelskis and Pienaar on the wings. Arteta, Cahill in the middle. Rooney and Lukaku front two. Where would they finish if that was the team? I mean, maybe I've missed someone out who's incredibly obvious. Oh, what a chance that was from Tierno Barry. Front post. Has he got to score that? Oh, he didn't get a touch on it. Oh, I didn't see the player behind him. It was the Bournemouth player who headed it behind. Christ, I thought if Barry had got a touch on that, I would have been giving him pelters. Ball whipped in again. Oh, off the bar! It was flicked on again at the front post by another Bournemouth player. It was Alex Scott. Gets a flick on and it bounces off the crossbar. Everton nearly taking the lead now. Twice off a corner. Timbo says, is Pickford not in goal? No, I think Nigel Martin's better than Jordan Pickford. Again, Everton fans, if you're watching, correct me. But for me, no, I think... Oh, big chance there. Cleared away again. Good play from Bournemouth defensively. And that's... Is it a foul? No. Everton knock it back in the box. Back over to Illiman and Dye on the right-hand side. Offside. Offside. Naismith. Yeah, Stephen Naismith. He scored one of the best goals I've seen from an Everton player, though. Stephen Naismith away at Norwich. What a strike that was, by the way. MC... Oh, no, we've done that. Rooney and Lukaku at the peak up front would be lethal. Rooney, even the younger Rooney at Everton, I think was better than Big Dunk. Like, have you heard the interview where Rooney did... I think it was on Toffee TV, actually. Shout out to Ped and Baz. He went on to Toffee TV and he said something about when he got in the side, he was only there for like... He was all starstruck when he got in because he was a massive Everton fan. And then, after about a couple of months, he was like, "These are crap. I'm better than all of these." within a few months of playing, just looked and he was like, all of these who I'm surrounded by here. I used to idolise them, but they're all absolutely crap in comparison to me. Chimey says Lukaku, striker, 3-star red, says Arteta would have to be in the squad, and Bryn says Kanchelskis, yeah, I think so too. 3-0 to City now, and John Templeton says Neville Southall must be in. One fantastic keeper. Listen, I like Neville Southall, but was he... I mean, we're talking Premier League era. I don't think Neville Southall, by the time the Premier League swung around, I think his best was already past him. He was still a wonderful keeper, you know, for a good, maybe couple of years, but I think Everton's... Southall at his peak was pre-Premier League. The best was Nigel Martin, in my opinion. I thought he was terrific. Get Yobo in at centre-back. And Tom Sherrill says, Martin, Coleman, Jags, Stubbs. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Stubbs, he was good. Baines, Arteta in the 6. Lukaku, Morales. Oh, that's a shocking strike from Ghana. I think that one left the stadium. Very close to half-time here. But yeah, Martin, Coleman, Jags, Stubbs, Baines, Arteta in the 6. Lukaku on the right, Morales on the left, Cahill, Rooney, 8-10 and Big Dunk up top. Howard Kendall manager, yeah, of course. The legendary Howard Kendall. Not what was his name? Was it who was the fella who had that? Well, you mean probably? I was gonna say there was a fella who was like Mike Walker. That was it. Mike Walker. He was Everton's like lowest points per game in the Premier League era. Everyone talks whenever I speak to Everton fans, and like got a couple of cousins who are Everton fans, and they constantly tell me, "Oh yeah, Mike Walker's era was shocking." But I think the Rafa Benitez era surpassed it, to be honest, just because of who he was. So if I'm going for a manager, it wouldn't be any of them, would it? You'd probably put... I think Moyes is Everton's best Premier League manager. I know Howard Kendall's legendary, but... Yeah, I don't know. Moyes was different class. Don't think he's quite got the same fire in the belly that he had once. "4-1 Barry," says MC, and Peter the Destroyer Reed. What about Tony Cottee? Yeah, again, Cottee was all right. Fulham 1, Man City 3. Fulham have got one back. Emile Smith-Rowe. no chance. Yes, Bournemouth have nicked it. Right on half-time. Oh, Croupy. He's screaming at the linesman. It might be offside. Oh, 2 minutes of added on time. And literally, as the clock ticked over to 47 minutes from 5 seconds. Oh, is he going to be offside here? That's going to be the question. If he's offside, he's not. He's on. He's on. He's onside. If it doesn't get a touch here. Oh, no, I think he is off, actually. I think the Bournemouth player gets a touch. When the ball first comes in, I'm pretty confident, yeah, Semenyo gets a touch. He's going to be offside then. It's on the second touch. It ain't off the first one. It's not off the cross. It's off the second touch. So it is going to be offside. Archie, offside. Wee. He's offside there. He's miles offside there. You could drive a bus through that gap. He's miles off. Oh, well, nearly 1-0. Very, very nearly. Yeah, it is offside and it is half-time. There you go. Referee's pointed to the tunnel. Half-time here at Bournemouth. Right, let's put... should we put Newcastle on? Let's put Newcastle on for a minute. Newcastle Spurs. Let's watch that for the opening bit. There's the players trudging off down the tunnel. Why have I done that? Come on, Key. Sort your life out, mate. Fulham 1, City 3. Yeah, here we go. We're off. Right, Newcastle and Spurs. Let me reset the clock and get it set up for the second half. We'll get stuck back in at the second half, but we're just going to watch we're just going to watch Newcastle Spurs for 15 minutes. Tom Sherrow, Ancelotti with Moyes' assistant. Carlo's the best, isn't he, in terms of experience, but I think in terms of like Everton legacy, I'm not sure you'd put Carlo Ancelotti as the greatest Premier League manager for Everton. Certainly is in terms of experience, though. Chimey, what about Tim Howard? Yeah, Tim Howard was a good keeper. Pickford's a good keeper. I think they've had some good keepers, Everton, over the years. I just don't think that. For me, I think Nigel Martin is like grossly underrated as a goalkeeper. I thought he was England's best goalkeeper for a good while, and yeah, I thought he was top quality. Archie, I see how it is, key mate, celebrating like that. Hey, listen. Don't try and lie to me and tell me for even 1 second that if Sunderland scored that tomorrow night, if Sunderland score that tomorrow night, you're not jumping up and down and saying, yes, get in there, because you are. FM No Casual says Nigel Martin was unreal. Moyes said it was his best signing. Excuse me. Spurs are shit right now, says Honor Permo. Well, Newcastle have got them penned in. They've got them absolutely penned in. Hey, what about Richarlison? Would he not have a chance of sneaking in that Everton best ever Premier League era 11? Maybe on the bench, I don't know. Here's Spurs on the counter-attack here. Hey, he's running him as well. Good strike. Oh, that's going to be a corner, surely, referee. Lewis Hall getting it away. But good play by Brennan Johnson. Very good play. He's one of the most underrated players in the Prem as well. I think, Bergvall. Every time I watch him, he's different class. MC, Richarlison, seriously. Listen, I'm just talking about Richarlison. Listen, Archie, come on, you're a blue nose. Richarlison's still thought of as a legend at Everton, isn't he? And I feel like if I was to ask 50 Evertonians to pick the best Premier League era 11, maybe with a subs bench as well, Richarlison definitely features on the subs bench. Definitely. For the vast majority, Richarlison's on the bench. And that's, like, in my opinion, I didn't think Richarlison was that good, but they do like him, don't they? Archie, players like Peter Reid and Trevor Steven. No, Premier League, specifically Premier League, I was asked originally. I know football didn't begin in 1992, I understand that, but We're talking specifically Premier League era because that was the question I was asked. So if we're talking Premier League era, that does rule out your Andy Grays, your Kevin Sheedys, your Peter Reeds, you know, all the brilliant Everton players in the 80s, the 70s, and going back even further. You know, your Brian LeBourns and Howard Kendall, of course. Not just a great manager, a great player. MC says, do Everton fans think Richarlison was a legend? I think he probably qualifies as an Everton legend. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I don't know. I'm not... Don't let me speak for you, Blues. I apologise if I'm speaking out of turn there, but I reckon he probably qualifies as an Everton legend. Yeah, I mean, he scored quite a lot of big goals for Everton. Maybe not club legend, Premier League era. Maybe not like if you're naming Everton's top 5, top 10 centre forwards, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't make it. I don't know. Maybe Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell would get in ahead of Richarlison, I think. Voltamada, strike, unlucky, good play from Newcastle. Really good play. Here's Voltamada again. That's really clever. That's really clever. Good defending from Spurs, and it's a corner. Archie says Seamus Coleman is the biggest Prem Everton legend. I wouldn't disagree with that. Seamus Coleman's a gentleman, isn't he? Gentleman on and off the pitch. Very, very good player as well. MC, Duncan, Lukaku would terrorise defenders. Rooney at 10 out wide would still be great. Right, well, it's a corner for Newcastle. Dan Burn getting ready to attack this one. They put it right on the goalkeeper. Spurs clear it away, and here's Kudus now. Chance for Spurs, chance for Newcastle. Chance for Spurs, maybe, on the counter. No, Kudus slows it right down. Poor. Tom Sherrill says, not quite a legend, but a big place in our hearts for him, and vice versa. Yeah, that's fair enough. Whatever tier is below a legend, maybe Richarlison falls in that bracket. Richard Arlison coaches. Shithouses. That's one of my favourite stories. That I love that. Shitbags. Timbo says, Key, you've forgotten the mighty Victor Anichebe. Listen, we can go through bad Everton strikers all day long. Anichebe, Jermaine Beckford, Jelavic was pretty crap. What about Strack? Dennis Strackalersi, do you remember him? Lassina Traore, Joe Max Moore. Can go all day. I can go player for player with you on crap ever. Thomas Radzinski was all right. Oh, good tackle. Corner to Spurs. A doggy getting forward. Archie, Salomon Rondon was shit. Listen, Salomon Rondon was a very talented player, and he's still playing now. He just didn't have the legs for it. That was the problem. He looked like he was running through treacle a lot of the time. Chimey, word is Evan Ferguson these days. I think he's on loan at Roma, isn't he? Pretty sure he is. Callum says Darwin Núñez is the shittest striker ever to grace Merseyside. You must be joking. I can name you 20 just from Liverpool worse than him. Easy 20 worse strikers worse than him. And MC says, would Phil Neville make it? Total bell, apparently, but good servant for Everton. No, I don't. Again, probably maybe makes the bench. Maybe makes the bench. Yakubu is a good shout. Yeah, Yakubu, the yak. He was Everton's main centre forward for a very long time. I'm trying to think, we've definitely missed a few big, important centre forwards that they had. James Beattie. Remember them signing James Beattie? £6 million. That was a lot of money back then. I feel very old to say that, but I remember him signed for 6 million, and it was a bit like, oh, that's kind of a big deal because he was a lot of money, and he was awful. Didn't really do it, James Beattie. Spurs. No, not good enough. Franny Jeffers, yes, Adam. The fox in the box, Franny Jeffers. They absolutely robbed Arsenal, didn't they, the Blue Noses? Was it 10 million? Again, that was a massive amount of money. 10 million quid for him. Franny Jeffers. Yeah. Danny Cadamarteri. James Vaughan. Yeah, I mean, look, we can. Daniel Amakachi, what a player he was. Remember him in the World Cup for Nigeria. Tossun, yes, Cenk Tosun. Oh, Cenk Tosun, fucking hell. Barca have scored. It's Barca 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Rafinha. And user 688 Kevin Campbell. Yeah, listen, Kev, absolutely. I think he would probably make the bench for most Blues. Newcastle in with a chance here down the left-hand side. Barnes stands it up. Shocking. Saha. Hey, that's a good... Louis Saha was brilliant, wasn't he? He was an underrated player for Everton, I thought. He came to the club maybe after his best. But, I thought he was underrated at United. A player who never quite lived up to his potential, Louis Saha, through injuries and stuff like that. But, phenomenal player. And Adam says, did Wenger even need Jeffers? No, he didn't need him, but he signed him at the time because they had the Sega kit, didn't they? I always remember Franny Jeffers playing in the gold Sega away kit, and they had Henry, but it was Henry, Viltord, Jeffers, Bergkamp. That was kind of their front four at the time, wasn't it? Not a bad front four on the side of it, to be honest. MC James Beattie had his day at Southampton. Can't remember him doing much at Everton. But Lassie, yeah. Listen, are we just naming crap Everton players? I love this game. He'll be here all night. Jake says 3-1 Liverpool tomorrow. Isak double, Verts and Lefay for them. I'm trying to get the chat up on the screen. Let me try and sort this out because for whatever reason, it's not coming up. To reconnect. If expired, you'll see. Hang on. It's not working. It's not having it. Open stream. Refresh the overlay top right. Refresh. Let me try that. Let's try it. Newcastle claiming is an offside, I think. Timbo says James McCarthy. To be honest, I thought he was okay. James McCarthy, and that was kind of the era of... There was McCarthy, Gareth Barry. Yeah, lots of... Do you remember... I mean, Royston Drenthe. Do you remember him? Come on. What is going on here? Having an absolute shocker. Sandro Ramirez. Beto's been shit for Everton. And MC says, what about Makelele's replacement at Madrid? Gravison. I mean, look, if we're just going through crap players, we will probably be here all night. We'll be here all night. Crap players who never quite made it. Davy Clarkson, 30 million, 8 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists and left. What was his name as well, the lad who came in? Gabamin. Do you remember him? Jean-Philippe Gabamin. Came in and he was gone within a couple of months, wasn't he? Injured. Couldn't play. Aidan McGeady. And Shell says, crap Everton players, Neil Maupay. Oh, see, I like Neil Maupay. He was alright, always alright by me. I like Neil Maupay a lot. One of my favourite Everton players. I like him. Mo Besic. Tom Davis. Remember, Tom Davis scored a wonder goal against City, didn't he? Paul, cheers for that. Cheers for the gift, mate. FM No Casual says, crap players. West Ham fan enters the chat. Mate, just a quick question on that, because I was watching Newcastle chants. Oh, good save from Vicario. I was watching a West Ham fan channel yesterday, and they were going off on Paquetá. Like, I never want him playing for the club again. I never ever want him to wear the West Ham shirt. Like, is it that bad with Paquetá? Is it really, like, you wouldn't want him to play again? Is it that big of a deal? Tom Alexanderson and Billy Letdinov. Billy! Do you know what? Didn't you sign... I can't remember if it was... I'm not sure exactly of the date, so I could have got this wrong. But I can't remember whether Billy Letdinov came in before or after the Yarmolenko rumours. Because I'm sure Everton were heavily linked to Yarmolenko, weren't they? Because it was all that. Where's the Yarmolenko money, Bill? Jibril Sidibe, Funes Mori breaking Origi's leg and then walking off, going like that to the Everton fans at Anfield. Right, we're going to have to put Everton back on because it's very nearly on. Very nearly second half, I think, at the Vitality. Right. Jolly and Lescott might be... Oh, Lescott might actually be a shout. Do you know what? I think I'd probably put Lescott in over Jags, you know. I think it'd be Lescott and Stones for me. Yeah, Lescott was absolutely brilliant. He was fantastic. So I would go Lescott and Stones centre-back. Right, we're back off nearly second half. Pekka Drudge, Dennis Strachan-Hersey. Did he score him? Did he actually... I'm sure he scored one goal for Everton, didn't he? It was a cup game. It might have been against City. Have I got this right? Dennis Strachan-Hersey, I think he got one goal for Everton. It was against City. Might be way off. Timbo, Abel Xavier and Nick Barmby. Where did Nick Barmby feature in the all-time Everton Premier League era 11? I don't think he gets in for a lot of Everton fans. James Rodriguez, of course. I'll gut him for Everton fans. They never actually got to see him in person. He only played during COVID, didn't he, James? MC, Everton had their retirement home era. Aaron Lennon, Barry, Rooney's return. Yeah. Right, well, we're off here at the Vitality, back underway for the second half. I'm still trying to sort this bloody chat out. I don't know why my chat's not appearing tonight. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, you know, it should be. Oh, Alex Niarco. Yeah, Alex Niarco, that fan running on and trying to swap shirts with him at Highbury. Yeah, he was... Whoa, Tierno Barry's just absolutely bounced Diakite. Do you know what? Good. That is what I've wanted to see from him. Because he's a bit too nice, Tierno Barry. I've said for ages, even before he signed for Everton, I really want him to come to the Premier League. Whoever signs him. I was a bit gutted Everton got him, to be honest, because I bigged him up for months. I really wanted someone to bring him because I think he's got real potential. But since he's come to the Prem, he's a bit too soft. He's a big, bustling centre forward. He's strong. He's quick. He can bully defenders. Not really seen him do it. But that's probably the first time I've actually seen him like throw his weight around a little bit, and he's just absolutely bounced him. Pekka Drudge, Kanchelskis on the right. Lee Tai. Fucking hell, Lee Tai. How many games did he play, Lee Tai? It felt like he was at Everton for a while as well. Mark Pembridge and Scott Gemmell. Chimey, Alex Iwobi. Iwobi scored a big goal against Newcastle, didn't he? One of the final goals of his Everton career, I think. Goodison Park. 97th minute or something like that. Scored a late winner for Everton. Nearly kept him up, I think, that one. Tim Irabunum is awful, says Archie. And Shell says, come on the Toffees. Strike there from Charlie Alcaraz. Does he get a corner here? Is it a corner? Yeah, corner. Corner to Everton. Corner to Everton. Dewsbury Hall's going to take it left-footed, in-swinger. Headed clear, but still chance for the keeper. Everton, big chance here. Oh, unlucky. Hey, that might be a penalty. That might be a penalty, you know. There's going to be a check on this. I'm telling you, Illiman and Dye get swiped. Oh, I tell you what. Do you know what this is? I've got an early feeling for this. I've got a feeling for this. This is exactly what happened with Caicedo the other night. Caicedo, bad foul, and goes down himself acting injured. I tell you what, Illiman and Dye has a shot. It goes wide. But there's a Bournemouth player comes in and absolutely smashes him. I mean, actually, no. Maybe I called it wrong. I wouldn't want a penalty given for that. No, well, actually, he does get a kick on it. I'm miles wrong. Apologies, Bournemouth fans. I am absolutely miles off it. He got a touch on it. It looked like he cleaned and Dye out. But the Bournemouth defender got a clean touch on it. But now, Adley's down and he's claiming it's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Mykolenko. Mykolenko throwing an arm into the face of Adley. Paul Hexham, I bigged up Johan Bakayoko, linked to LFC, was supposed to be the Salah replacement. Ooh, Mykolenko throwing an arm out there. Could that have been a red card? It doesn't connect with him. Very, very, violent conduct. Got to be aware of that. Second yellow for Mykolenko this season. Tom Sherrow says, give Tim credit, he bounced back and a decent first half after this horror show the other day. Yeah, I mean, look, he got took off against Newcastle at half-time, didn't he? Probably his fault for the third goal, I would imagine, or at least it looked like his fault. He was covering Mykolenko, wasn't he? So he had to go across, but he got it all wrong. It was a poor first half for him. He got taken off, and he's done okay tonight. I don't think he's had a bad game. Shay says, who's looking the most likely to win this one? I'm watching Newcastle Spurs, but I need Bournemouth for a bet. Do you know what? I wouldn't be willing to put a bet on either side at this moment in time. It wouldn't surprise me if this one finished 0-0. It's been a game of very few chances. Everton haven't really created an awful lot, bar from set pieces. They hit the bar from a set piece. Bournemouth have had a goal ruled out, but it was miles offside. Other than that, I mean, not many clear chances for them either. So it's been a pretty disappointing game so far. Both teams still kind of feeling each other out. I feel like this is one where changes from either manager might just upset the apple cart a little bit. Bournemouth make a couple of changes, it might just upset their rhythm or it might click them into gear. Could say the same for Everton. Just don't think Everton have got a massive amount of options on the bench, to be honest. So it might be Bournemouth's game for changing. Here's Adley. For Bournemouth, driving it. O'Brien. Pull it back. Back to Scott. Great play from Scott and good defending from Mykolenko. Really good. Oh, it's from Dewsbury Hall, actually. The legend FK says, bit nervous. We have Inter Milan away next Tuesday. Yeah, that'll be a bad one. Lewandowski misses a pen. It remains Barca 1, Atletico 1. Yeah, listen, I've got Bournemouth or draw in this one, but I thought we'd get at least a goal tonight, I'll be honest. I'm surprised we've not seen at least one goal. Very, very surprised we've not seen at least one goal. Not at all surprised having watched the game because neither team have created a thing, but I thought we would at least, looking at the game coming into it, Newcastle 4-1 Everton, they conceded quite a lot. Bournemouth 3-2, so we've seen two 5-goal games involving these teams at the weekend. You would have imagined we'd see at least one. Semenyo really poor there, good defending from James Garner, and Illiman and Dye gets away. That's a yellow card for Bournemouth, surely. Who is it? Yeah, yellow card for Tyler Adams, I think. Chops him down. Yeah, yellow card, Bournemouth. FM No Casuals, this screams Bournemouth versus Fulham and the Cherries turned it up. Callum says, I'm defo turning City game off. That's more than over. Yeah, that one's finished. That one is absolutely done and dusted. Fulham and City. Foden now putting them 4-1 up. Right, free kick to Bournemouth. Oh no, it's free kick to Everton actually. I thought he was going to get that there. Jake O'Brien. I thought he might have knocked Jimenez there, but good defending, and actually it's O'Brien who's got the foul. Oh well, there you go. Taylor H, evening key, watching the Spurs game. I'm tempted to watch the Spurs game at full time, so I might put that on after this one's finished. 5-1 to City. Oh, sweet lord. Foden might as well play as a striker. He certainly scores plenty of goals. He's got back into his rhythm this season, Foden, hasn't he? He's starting to show the sort of form that it's going to make him very difficult to leave him out of a starting lineup for England. And I'll be honest, I don't see a world where Foden and Bellingham are both playing in the same team, unless they play Foden off the left. And that just seems to crowd things. I'm not sure that's the right approach at all. I think Foden has to be in the 10 behind Harry Kane, and I think that's where you get the best out of him, but you can't really do that with Bellingham. So what do you do? Zenden, hey man, how have you been doing? Hope you remember me. Of course I do. Coming in after a pretty long time, because my dad's best friend passed away a few weeks ago, so it's been pretty difficult as he was really close. Sorry to hear that, mate. Very sorry to hear that, but really good to have you in as always, and yeah, good that you remembered and came back. But I'm very, very sorry to hear about the loss for you and your family. Giuseppe Merola, 0-0. Still 0-0, mate. Yes, I'm hoping we get a goal in this one. Callum says 5-1. That one's getting ugly at Craven Cottage. City running rampant. I'm still glad we chose this game, though. I don't like City run away with games every other week. It's frustrating. Chance for Everton. Here's Tierno. Barry. Must be. Oh, lucky. This fella. Look at him. He's absolutely devastated. This fella just cannot hit the back of the net at the minute. Oh, he did everything right there as well. The poor lad. Honestly, I feel so sorry for him. He's a really, really talented young player. But you can see the confidence issues. And he just needs a goal. He needs it to go in off his arse. He needs something. Does really well here. Good run. Good first touch. Oh, it's a good save in the end from Petrovic. Maybe it's a bit harsh, but on his left foot, weaker left foot. Tries to dink it over him. Still 0-0. Corner Everton. Giuseppe says, what is wrong with Bournemouth? They're just not really clicking. Everton chance. Oh, good defending Bournemouth. And now away on the counter-attack. Poor. That's a foul, ref. That is a foul. 5-2 now. Fulham have got one back. Oh my God. Fulham cannot handle Man City. That's one giant that Fulham rarely slays. And Getting Einon. What channel is it on? This game is on Sky Sports Plus. So go to Sky Sports main event, push the red button, you can watch it. Ollie Marley picked the wrong game, Key. I did not pick the wrong game. This is a really tense game. It's very tense. One mistake, one moment of genius might just decide it. It's a very important game for both teams. Both teams off the back of defeats. Both teams involved in 5-goal games at the weekend, so you would think we'd get at least one tonight, but I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat. I still think there's a chance we get a winner here. Tierno, Barry. Poor ball from Barry, gives it away. Good defending from Jimenez. What a run that is. What a run that is, and that's a foul and a free kick. No! Referee says no. What is going on there? Grealish gives it away. Again, Everton in the key moments at the top end of the pitch, just not making the right decisions. Poor pass choice. Ball in. Cleared away again by Bournemouth. It's like the Alamo at the back there at the minute. The Flying Haluka. Hopefully it stays 0-0. That way they won't progress in the table. Which team are you talking about here, mate? Are you on about Everton or Bournemouth? I guess both. If it's 1-1, then no, 0-0, it doesn't really improve the situation for either team. Giuseppe Merola, Bournemouth hungry after the disallowed goal. Do you know what? They can't really feel hard done by, though. I don't think that... I know they put the ball in the net. but he was miles offside. He was absolutely miles off. So it's not even like a close one where you look and we did everything right there. It was a bit of a deflection and it just fell into his path, but he was miles off. Can't see him gaining confidence from that. Ben, City will be ahead of Set Piece FC by Christmas. You know my thoughts on it, mate. I predicted City to win the league. I really hope, if Liverpool can't, then City do. I don't want Arsenal. I don't want Chelsea. Well, I'm not even going to say Chelsea. Chelsea are not in the race. The Legend FK, I remember a time when there was only Sky Sports 1. The others didn't exist. Yell bastard, you. Everton again. Jack Grealish giving the ball away. MC, where are you? MC, you have literally been bigging Jack Grealish up all night. He can't pass 5 yards. He's screaming at Illiman and Die there. The pair of these tonight, Everton's wing wizards, have not been there. They've not been at the races tonight. If anything, Everton's better players, I think, have been your Garners and your Dewsbury Halls. I think they've done well. Irabunum's not been bad either. But not great from Ndai. Not great from Jack Grealish. And we're getting a couple of changes. 3 changes for Bournemouth, is it? Or just 2? No, just 2 changes. It's going to be Tavernier coming on. The Legend FK says, then Sky Sports Extra came with its player cam. And Archie says, come off it, mate. Grealish has been okay tonight and Dye hasn't. Grealish has given the ball away quite a bit, though. He has. He has given the ball away quite a bit, hasn't he? I'm not having a pop at him. I'm not, but he hasn't quite... He's not been at the races. It's not been his best performance. Ben says, City will be ahead... Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Daniel Ferreira. Alguém fala português. Don't know what that means, but it sounded good. Obrigado. B. McCarran, hi Key, hope all is well. Good to see you, man. How's things? Are you looking forward to Villa? Who's Villa got? Villa Arsenal next game for you. You're not playing midweek. Oh no, you got Brighton tomorrow, haven't you? Villa Brighton tomorrow. Have I got that right? Yeah, Villa Brighton, then Villa Arsenal. How do you fancy? How do you fancy you get on? Tom Sherrow says, try Asnu left wing, add a bit of pace and deliver some crosses for Barry. You need some pace. I feel like you need a winger to come on who gets his boots white. So that's why I'm surprised you're not... Why aren't you playing Tyler Diblin? Like, you paid 42 million. You went... Southampton kept saying, no, reject. And then you'd go back a little bit more. Reject. You went back again. Like, Everton have to have done the due diligence on this player. How isn't he getting a kick? How isn't he getting a kick? Barry, good play from Barry. Oh, lucky. That was all right. That was better from Tierno Barry. And now Bournemouth on the counter-attack here. Oh, that's going to be a foul, ref, is it? No. Have they even got Diblin on the bench? Could they bring Diblin on? Yeah, he's there. He is there. Semenyo, poor. Not quite right. Brighton then Arsenal. The Amex will be tough. Still 30 minutes to go here. Semenyo straight at Pickford there. So, but better. Bournemouth linking up a bit cleaner since Evan Ilson's come on. That's what he does. That is exactly what he does. He's very much in the mould of Bobby Firmino. Drops in between the lines, links things together. Good player. Good play from the left-hand side for Everton. But again, there's only really one player getting in and around that 6-yard box, and it's Barry, and he's outmarked. There's nobody there. There's nobody there arriving late for Everton. It's going to be really, really tough for them to get anything unless they commit some more bodies forward. Bournemouth down the right-hand side this time. And Kai says City winning 5-2, but like I said, Fulham will win. The Legend FK, I thought you meant Gareth Barry for a minute. No, I am specifically talking to you, Barry. 3-star Reds, Brighton, no pushovers, I know. And Giuseppe Merola, Evan Ilson, super sub. Shell, I want to win Everton. To corner for Bournemouth here. Still 25-30 minutes to go. Bournemouth's first corner of the game, this. Everton have had 6, Bournemouth 1. So, on those numbers, you might think Bournemouth alone haven't really had much of a chance in the game. And it's probably fair to say the biggest opportunities in the game have come from Everton's set pieces. Maybe Bournemouth will create one themselves here. Tavernier, left-footed. Poor ball. Goes out to the edge of the box. Really poor, that. Far post, shocking. Really, really poor. Horrendous. FM No Casual says, Montenegrin supercomputer says Tavernier is going to get a winner. Well, he won't get a winner or even contribute to a winner if he keeps playing in short corners like that. Bournemouth scored a set-piece routine like that against Arsenal last year, didn't they? Played it short, little flick on near post, great finish. You're not going to do it that way. B. McCarran, of course, we lost to you lot when you were on that run of losing. Hey, listen, there's no shame in that. Real Madrid lost to us as well, mate. We can rise for the big games. That's what it is. That's what. I mean, if you look at it like that, then you give some semblance of consolation. You can say to yourself, well, at least Liverpool got up for the big games against the big clubs, Madrid and Villa. Everyone else, we were shite against everyone else. I mean, to be honest, we weren't brilliant against West Ham, but we got the win. And to be honest, I'll take a scrappy 1-0 win tomorrow against Sunderland. I'm not bothered about the performance. Just need to start getting a couple of runs of wins together. Barry! Oh my God! Tierno Barry again. I shouldn't laugh. I feel so... I really like the kid. I want him so badly to do well. My reputation is on the line for this lad. I have... go back to January. January, before Everton were even linked to him. I was saying, I watched him in the under-21s championships. I was watching him for Villarreal last season. I saw him for Bâle last year. He's got ability. He's got ability, but he's just fucking not showing it. He's not finishing. 3-star Reds, Man United coming up soon for Forest. Shea, easy 3 points for the tricky trees. Kai says, Key, where's your chair? You deserve a rest. Sit down, your back must be killing. Hey, listen. I'm an athlete. I'm a born athlete, believe it or not. Taylor says Sanchez clears Vicario and the Legend FK. Do you wear the shirts you have there, or are you a collector? I wear them if I'm playing footy. So I play footy every Monday. Every Monday night I play football, or I've started in the last month or so. So yeah, I'll wear them then, but I'd not just around the house or something. I feel like that's maybe not acceptable once you get to your mid to late 30s. Can't be flying around in footy kits out in public. But that's my thing. That's to each their own. But I'll wear them if I'm playing football. B. McCarran says, where do you think Villa will finish at this point in the season? I think if you get Europe, any form of Europe, you'll have had a good year. So I'd probably put you somewhere around 7th or 8th. I think you could maybe get the Conference League. I just don't see you being a side that can really consistently challenge the top 4. But again, I could be wrong. Do you know what my issue is? Ollie Watkins is having a bad season, isn't he? And Daniel Marlin, he doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. I don't feel like... He's had a good run recently, but he doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. The legend, I'm after the Liverpool 08-09 away grey kit. I have the green third kit from that season. Oh, flick on, cleared away again by Bournemouth. It's getting a little bit scrappy, a little bit bitty now. We're not really seeing an awful lot of quality from either team. There's not an awful lot of quality from either team on show here. Grealish gives it off to Mykolenko. By the way, I am live every single day. Just a quick prompt. I haven't promoted myself at all during this live, but I will just very briefly while I've got a slight break in play here now. I am live every single day. I watch games of football every day from all different types of clubs. Yes, I am a Liverpool fan, but I watch everyone. I watch more live watch-alongs than anyone else. I'm live every day. There's a claim for a penalty for Everton. You're not getting that. Back out to Mykolenko. He's got an overlap with Grealish, but he puts it in. Too easy. Far too easy. Bournemouth get it away. And now Bournemouth counter-attack. Give it away themselves. There's just not... They can't string two passes together, either of these two. They're shocking. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, we're on course for 600 games watched this year in 2025 from 40 different competitions. Oh, Tarkovsky, you should be ashamed of yourself going down like that. Absolutely ashamed of yourself going down like that. It's never a penalty. B. McCarron says, what about winning the Europa? You still have the January window. Yeah, well, listen, if you do get some new bodies in January, then maybe. Every chance, of course. Yeah, I don't know about winning the Europa. But I do think, it might actually be between you and Forest. There's not really a standout side in the Europa this year, is there? There's a lot of good sides, but I don't feel like there's one that you look at and think they're definitely going to win it. So, yeah, Forest and Villa have probably got as good a chance as anyone. Same with Palace in the Conference League. There's a few good teams in the Conference League, but Palace probably the standout chance of winning it. Jake Fitzpatrick says, this game is so boring. We've not had, I swear to God, we've not had a 0-0 on this channel for ages. I can't remember the last 0-0 we did. So, hopefully that's not the kiss of death for this game and we see at least one goal in it. Zerilla Biller says it's a fixed match. And Harley Carr says, does KDH look like scoring? No, I don't think KDH does look like scoring at all. Everton and Bournemouth don't look like scoring. If anyone does look like scoring tonight, it's probably Tierno Barry. And even he's not filling me with immense confidence. Keen Josh says, love from South Africa, bro. Do you think there's a chance Bournemouth could sneak a win? Yes. Listen, both teams could sneak a win. It's very, very open at this moment in time. Neither team is really dominating possession. Neither team is really smashing it in terms of chances created. Fulham have got one back. It's Fulham 3, City 5. Christ, we might have picked the wrong game. Fulham have scored... If you'd have told me tonight Fulham are going to score 3 goals, Fulham are going to score 3 goals, but they're still going to get absolutely smashed, I'm not sure I'd have believed you. Jake says, you glaze Barry too much despite being an Everton player. I don't glaze him. I've given him a lot of praise before he was an Everton player. So I'm a little bit attached to him as an Everton player. As a player, not an Everton player. As a player, I liked him before he went to Everton. So it'd be a little bit disingenuous of me to turn on the lad now. I like him. I think he'll do well wherever he ends up. But it's just not worked out for him so far at Everton. Zarilla says, I've bet on Bournemouth, but I want any one team to score once. I'm fed up of seeing the ball just passing here and there. Yeah, side to side. It's not been an entertaining one, this one, has it? Callum, yep, now 3-5. And LJ the man, Keen Josh, bro, are you a Liverpool fan? There's nothing wrong with being a Liverpool fan as long as you're not... nothing wrong with being a fan of whoever as long as you're not a shitbag about it. Fulham actually have time in the match to do something. They're not going to score 2. Surely they're not going to score 2. Can you imagine if it finishes 5-5? Fucking hell. LJ the man, love from South Africa. I'm an Everton fan. Good to see you, LJ. Well, we cover lots of Premier League games. I'm live every single day watching Premier League footy. Sometimes Everton games. I'm doing Liverpool Sunderland tomorrow. I'm doing Man United West Ham on Thursday. I'm doing Villa Arsenal on Saturday. I'm doing Hull against Middlesbrough in the Championship on Friday night. I'm live every single day watching games of football because I just love football. So if that's your thing, if you like football, if you like watch-alongs, no pressure. Feel free to give us a like, give us a follow, watch along, and join in the chat. It's good to have all different types of fans in the chat. Big chance for Everton. Hit it. What are you doing? Oh, they're just fannying around at the edge of the box and Semenyo gets it away. And now Bournemouth, big counter-attack chance. Tim Iraola does really well defensively. He slowed him right down. Oh, and now Everton somehow have let him get out. Semenyo one-on-one. Oh, he's giving it away. Why are they slowing it down? A pair of these. Soler, chance. Cleared away by Everton. Big chance, that one. Villa, Oberg. Which one is dominant? It depends. 4k euros win from a €50 bet. Bournemouth 1x and under 3.5. Which team is dominant? I would say at this moment in time, Bournemouth look to be in the ascendancy. But it wouldn't surprise me if Everton were to pinch one either off a set piece. So it's tight. It's very, very tight. Both teams flying forward, but nobody really creating any solid chances. Cremy says, Blue Nose watching in from the Philippines. Come on, the Blues. From the Philippines. Nice. In Manila. Keen Josh says, bro, bit of a side question. My favourite player of all time is Neymar Jr. I think criminally underrated. Highest Brazil goal scorer all time. Over 400 goals, 200 assists efficiency while having flair. I'm not a massive Neymar fan, but yeah, he was a good player. He was a very good player in a very good Barcelona side as well. Zarilla Billa says, I have bet 300 on Bournemouth. It has downgraded to 100. Should I cash out or what? Cash it, mate. 100% cash it. I mean, it's your decision. Don't let me influence it. In my opinion, I think from what I'm seeing, I don't know if Bournemouth are going to score here. I don't know if either side's going to score here. Reece, it's 5-4. You are joking me. Is it actually 5-4? 5-4 in the Fulham game. Oh my God. What an absolute... Who picked this game? No, it's not. It's Fulham 3, Man City 5, you shithouse. Don't wind me up. You liar. You liar. You had me then for a minute. I was panicking. Right, here we go. Bournemouth down the left-hand side. Still 15 minutes to go. Big 15 here. It's a long way for those Everton fans to go on a wet and windy Tuesday night. Taylor says, do some random league watch-alongs. I will be there. Listen, I'm live for the AFCON. We're doing some of the AFCON games. I'm going to be live on New Year's Day. I'm live on Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. Every single day I'm doing a live. So if you like watch-alongs, I do more than any other channel. Comfortably more. 600 plus we're on course for this year. Razine, did you see the goal by Chukwueze and Doku on the other game? It's bangers. No, I haven't seen him, mate. I've not seen any goals tonight, given how many there's been, especially in that Fulham game. Oh, it is! It's Fulham 4, City 5. Chukwueze scored again, 78th minute. Oh! Fucking hell. We're watching this. 0-0. Doesn't look like there's a goal. Oh, they've done it. Everton have done it. Jack Grealish, massive deflection. Oh, they've pinched it. The Toffees have nicked it. Still 15 to go, but Bournemouth, I don't think they've got any chance in this. Massive deflection off Diakite. Totally wrong-footed Petrovic. And Grealish. Oh, he's kissing the badge. Oh, he's an absolute ratbag. He's kissing the badge. But there's limbs in that away end. I was just saying, the Everton fans, it's a long trip that down to Bournemouth. On a Tuesday night. Wet, windy Tuesday night. 7:30 kickoff. They'll only be getting back to Merseyside at early hours of the morning anyway. But Grealish here cuts in, right-footed. Oh, it's a massive deflection. Huge deflection. Edge of the box. Big strike. Diakite in the far corner. Now, Bournemouth. Are they going to be able to turn this round? 1-0 to the Ev. 1-0 to the Ev. Bang, bang, the blue boys, says Tom Sherrow. And Shell, get in. 3-star Reds. Loving dice ball. Certainly improved from what Ange served up. Not being serious with my postmate. Just a bit of banter because we're playing Wolves. Everton goal, Razine. The travelling Toffees. And absolutely bouncing Archie up the Toffees. Oh my God. Callum, City really ain't winning this league defending like this. They've conceded 4 away to Fulham. Beto's coming on for Barry and Dwight McNeil now for Alcaraz. Poor Barry. Honestly, the guy's head cannot get any lower. He's so... You can see just trudging off the pitch. I mean, I'm sure he's made up that Everton have won, but still... It's so gutting for him. Shell, come on my Toffees, and Tom Sherrow kissing the badge, you rat bag. Let him a bit. He's found his happy place. It's still shitty behaviour, that innit though. He's a Villa player. He's a Villa fan, and he's flying. I'm sure he's kissed the City badge as well. He's flying round kissing the badge. Oh, Jack Grealish. LJ the man says up the Toffees. Please, Everton, do not lose this game. Well, 80 minutes to go. 80 minutes to go. 80 minutes on the clock. Everton defending for their life now. Christ, if you thought Everton were deep before, I don't think you'll see much of them getting out of their own half now. This is a proper David Moyes defensive performance here for the next 10 minutes. Are Bournemouth good enough to break him down, though? That's the question. Semenyo can't get near it. Ends up kicking Jake O'Brien. Good defending from O'Brien. Oh, tell you what. Have they done it? Have Fulham done it? Is it 5-5? It's not, is it? No, it's still 5-4. Shut up, Jake. It's not 5-5. Prince Rupert says, appreciate the watch-alongs. It's hard to find consistent Everton watch-alongs. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say we're Everton all the time. The channel is not an Everton fan channel. I'm not a Liverpool fan channel, even though I am a Red, believe it or not. I know I'm shooting myself in the foot there with Everton fans. I apologise. I'm from a family of Blues. My dad's a Red. I've grown up with Liverpool. Gone to the games all over Europe watching Liverpool. Been very lucky. But I now watch games. This is what I do. And I love watching whoever. I love football. So we watch everyone. We watch all different teams. Every single day I do a watch along. And yeah, I enjoy watching Everton because I usually get a bit of stick if they win. So if they lose, I can give a bit of stick to my family as well. But yeah, listen, I'll be live. If there's an Everton game on, chances are I'm probably live for it, unless it conflicts with a quote-unquote bigger game. The Flying Hall Lucas says, Bournemouth better, I want the draw. Then again, Everton won't get 3 points from the next 3 games. And Callum says, this is a prime Barclays game, this is. Zarilla, my 300 got graped. I told you to cash out, mate. I told you cashing out was the way forward there. Cash it while you can. Ollie up the Toffee says 1-0 Everton, come on. Hey, it might be 2 here. Chance! Oh, good save. Nearly 2. Bournemouth living dangerously. Everton can kill it off. Everton can finish it off here. Dewsbury all. Good tackle from Semenyo. And now Bournemouth on the counter. Oh, they're so poor, Bournemouth in possession. They're so poor. And now Evan Nilsson driving forward. Good defending from Irabunum. Really good defending. Is he going to get a foul for that? No, throw in. Tim Irabunum has done really, really well tonight. I've got to say, he got dragged off at half-time in the Newcastle game. He had a shocking, really, really poor game, Tim Irabunum. Let me put my teeth back in. He had a really poor game against Newcastle, Tim Irabunum. And he's been put back in the side tonight. Moyes has shown faith in him. In part because he's got no one else to put in there because Idrissa Gana Gueye is still suspended. But Iraola come in, and I've got to say, he would probably be my man of the match tonight for Everton. I don't know if any Evertonians agree. As a neutral watching this, I think Tim Iraola's probably been the better player for Everton. Pen check for Fulham, no pen. And LJ, the man, says, no problem being a Liverpool fan, but dude, don't be bitter. Yeah, I was going to say, listen, there's always rivalry, so I have no problem with Blues. Here we go, chance for Bournemouth. Oh, and ball claim. No. Oh, nearly. Bournemouth strike on goal. Good block from Everton in the end. Ginga says, are City going to bottle it? It looks like it. And the flying Luca says, would love Newcastle to lose or draw. I love seeing true Geordie vent. Zarilla Billa thinks it's going to be 1-1 here. Nathan, hey Key, how's it going? I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to see you. I'm hoping we get a Bournemouth equaliser. I'm not gonna lie. Bournemouth, but I don't think we're going to see it. Everton have defended well. They've been the better side tonight. Whoa, Beto putting himself about already more than Barry did. And that's what you get with Beto. If nothing else, you get physicality and you get him, he'll occupy the centre-backs. He's maybe not the best striker. He's not got a lot of pace. His movement's not brilliant. He's not great in the air. He's not got a lot of attributes that go for him. And I don't think he's Everton's long-term centre-forward solution. But he does physically put himself about. Jake says, wait, where's Joe tonight? Joe is at the Newcastle game. He's a big Newcastle fan, isn't he, Joe? So he will be at the Newcastle game. He'll be watching Newcastle at St James's against Spurs. Nathan, what are the scores? The scores currently are Bournemouth 0, Everton 1 here. That is 86th minute. So still time. Fulham 4, Manchester City 5. You did hear that right, yeah. 9-goal game at Craven Cottage, an all-time Premier League classic. If Fulham managed to get an equaliser, honestly, I don't know. Pep Guardiola will have some sort of a conniption. LJ the man says, do you think Everton will be okay during the AFCON? Well, look, they lose Gana Gueye. That's massive. We've already seen that when Gana Gueye is off the pitch. I'm talking specifically about the Newcastle game here, but they do lose a little something. For me, he's Everton's best player. In my humble opinion, as an outsider looking in, I think Idrissa Gana Gueye is Everton's best player. So yes, he will be a massive miss. Iliman Ndiaye is probably Everton's second best player. So for about a month, you're going to lose both of them. How many games they miss? It could be as many as 6 or 7. It might only be as little as 3 or 4. But will they be okay? Yeah, I think they'll be all right. I do think they'll be all right. You've got a tough run of fixtures coming up, Everton. You've got Arsenal, you've got Chelsea, you've got Forest, of course. Even Burnley away. Turf Moor's not going to be easy for Everton either. The different type of proposition to Bournemouth tonight. Bournemouth back-to-back defeats here. If they lose this one, this is it's not a good look, I'll be honest. The 2 games against Sunderland and Everton tonight is not a good look at all for Iraola. Shell says, love Ghana. He's a fabulous player, Idrissa Gana Gueye. Really, really top quality player. Still, and he's like 36, 37, isn't he, as well? People forget how old he is, but just an absolutely phenomenal player. Great signing for Everton from Villa back in the day. Obviously went to PSG, achieved a whole load there as well. Came back and he's still just as good. Wonderful player. And that's, you know what, we were naming before, weren't we? We were doing our all-time Premier League 11 midfield, all-time. People were quite quick to put in Arteta, Cahill. Now, for me, I actually think Idrissa Gana Gueye might have overtaken Mikel Arteta. I'd probably put Cahill and Garner in there. Oh, that's naughty from Evan Nilsson. Oh, that might be a red. It's a yellow card, but I tell you what, I'd be surprised if that doesn't go for a check. That might be a check. Looks like he catches Garner quite high there, you know. Ooh, Giuseppe says, what a crap result this is. I am out. So, listen, good to see you, mate. As always, thank you for coming in, being in the chat. Give us a like, give us a follow. I'm live every day watching games of football. Zarilla, heartbroken, and Shell says, I think he's 36, Garner. He's getting on, isn't he? The one and only says, what a game. Fulham v Manchester City. Taylor, wish I watched the City game. Was watching it before the Spurs one started. Biggest regret switching. And the legend FK, I remember when Liverpool beat Norwich 5-4 and Klopp broke his glasses. Slightly different look and feel to that one though, wasn't it? I mean, Norwich got it back to 4-3 in the end. They were beating us 4-3 with, I think, 10 minutes left. And then, I can't remember who got the fourth. And then fucking Stephen Colker, of all people, got the assist for Adam Lallana to win it for us against Norwich. And yeah, Klopp broke his glasses. But slightly different for City tonight, because City have been massively in control. They were 5-1 up against Fulham and now 5-4 up. If they throw it away, honestly, I think Pep Guardiola will consider resigning. It's that bad of a deal. Blackburn 1, Ipswich 0. Christ, what a result that is at Ewood Park as well. Blackburn with a late goal against Ipswich. Is that... What time are they on there? Is that a late winner, maybe? 76 minute. Good Johnson with a goal for Blackburn. That's a big goal for Blackburn. And I tell you what, it's a big dent for Ipswich in the playoff race as well. Blackburn, that takes them maybe kind of out of the relegation contention anyway. They're up to 17th now, but 6 points clear of the relegation zone. And listen, 23 points. There's still only 6 points off the playoffs themselves. Right. 4 minutes of added on time here now. Everton have got a free kick. They're in massive control here. Match time, 4 minutes of added on time. Not 3, sorry. There you go. 4 minutes of added on time in this one. 3-star Reds. Come on, everyone. Hit those likes for Key. Show him some pre-Christmas love for his channel, please. Yes, please do so. I'm not going to beg. please do so. If you can't follow, or you don't want to follow, or you don't like me, you're just here for this game, you don't have to subscribe. I'd love it if you did, but you don't have to. But at the very least, if you can, massively would appreciate a like. Here's Beto, lays it off. Honestly, just take it in the corner, Everton. Just take it in the corner. You don't need to press here. Just keep hold of it. Illiman and Dye gives it off to Dwight McNeil. This is better from Everton. Much, much better. LJ the man says, come on, one more goal. Hit that like, I agree. Cheers, LJ. Lots of love to South African Blues tonight. Oh, come on, Bournemouth. Sort it out. I will be carrying over and watching the Spurs game after. We'll watch the second half of Newcastle Spurs when this one finishes. So we'll see how it goes. 5 minutes left in the City game. Oh, D28 says 8 minutes added in the City game. Right, here we go. We've got 2 minutes left here at the Vitality. Bournemouth sending it over to the left-hand side. Long into the box. Really, really poor. And Everton, that's meat and drink from Tarkowski to clear that away. Oh, give it away again, Bournemouth. Honestly. This is so poor. So poor from Bournemouth. Jose Ramon Ortiz says, son humos pendejos los del Bon. I don't know what that says, but I think I know what you're getting at. I don't think it's a nice comment about Bournemouth. Moromar Tiam says, love Everton from Senegal. Love to Senegal. I can imagine why you like Everton, with Illiman and Dye and Idrissa Gana Gueye being such important selling elite players. Ginga says, officials want that Fulham equaliser. And Kieran says, Ortiz, mate, who you calling a pendejo? Hey, I don't know much Spanish, but I know that. Amelia says, come on, one goal. Ball sent over to the right-hand side. We've got 60 seconds left here for Everton to hang on. Bournemouth, pull it back. Here's Semenyo. Hit it. Oh, unlucky. Good block. Really good block. Bournemouth still got hold of the ball. Get into the area. Keep hold of it. What are you doing? Ah, easy for Everton. And he's going to go down here, I think. He's played it in the channel and Beto can take it right in the corner. They're not getting it off him now. They're not getting it off him. That's easy for Everton. This is it. This should be it. 30 seconds to go. Beto's got the ball in the corner. All he needs to do is keep hold of it. He's lost it, but he's won a throw-in. And that should be that, to be honest. Can't see Bournemouth getting anything here. The stands are emptying at the Vitality here. Great away win for Everton, it must be said. Massive, like 3 points down at Bournemouth. You wouldn't have expected Everton to come here after the performance they put in against Newcastle and be full of confidence. And it's not a particularly confident display, I've got to be honest. It's not. They've not battered Bournemouth, but they've been the better side. They've deserved the 3 points. Bournemouth have been terrible. Can't really begrudge Everton 3 points here. And we asked for a goal, we got a goal, and the ref has blown up. There you go. David Moyes' great record against Bournemouth continues. He'd only lost 1 in 9 against Bournemouth coming into this one. It's now 1 in 10. He's picked up 3 points. Big result for the Toffees on the South Coast. They've pipped the Cherries to 3 points. Tom Sherrill says only 3 road win there. I think big 3 points. Yeah, listen, only third. Yeah, third win there. I think big 3 points. It is. It's a big 3 points for Everton. That takes them up to where in the table? Let's have a look at the table. Let's see how that affects things. Still playing at Fulham, by the way. Craven Cottage. It's still 5-4 to City, but still time added on. Everton are now 9th. They are level on points with Liverpool. Liverpool play tomorrow. Everton have played a game more. But they're level on points with Liverpool and Manchester United. They've gone in front of Palace. Palace also still need to play midweek. And Everton are up to 9th. Yeah, they're back in the top half. So, Sean Moyes and the Blues will be relatively happy with that. Terry Mash, 9th. Yeah, and listen, we had Everton fans saying earlier in the chat that there might be a chance they could make Europe this season. I and quite a few others rubbished those claims. I've still got to say I'm not confident Everton are a European side this season, but listen, they're floating in and around those European spots, and if they can stay within arm's reach of them as they get into the final run-in, hey, maybe they could shock a few. Maybe they could. But Grealish with the winner tonight. And a player we talked about all night as well. We talked about Grealish. Everyone was giving Grealish stick in the first half. Not a player that had a particularly good game, but he's managed to nick the winner tonight. And Terry Mash says, mental season, you just never know who is going to win. Very true. You still can't really predict anything this season. Everyone's losing points to everyone else. And Kremi says, brill result key. Tara from the Philippines. We'll be back. Good to see you, Kremi. Thank you. And Peter Curry, up the Toffees. Zarilla, good night, bro. Good night, Zarilla. Can I have your shirt, please? Look at that. Oh, Grealish has gone over and give his shirt to a kid. Good lad. Right. Newcastle and Spurs we're watching now. Should I change? I'll change it. There's 40 minutes to go. I might as well stay on for Spurs and Newcastle. What do you think? Does anyone want to carry on watching Newcastle Spurs with me? We'll do it. Why not? Ball whipped in for Newcastle. Big chance here. Oh, unlucky. Christ, we're going to get more action in the first 60 seconds watching this than we've had all game watching Bournemouth Everton. Right, I'm going to change the banner at the top to Newcastle. We'll change it. We can still talk about Everton and Bournemouth, of course, but I'll change it to Newcastle and Tottenham, and we can go through watching this one. Newcastle Spurs, big game. This one for Thomas Frank, obviously. Oh, I've just put the badges on wrong way around, haven't I? Newcastle is there and Spurs is there. Come on, Key, sort yourself out. Jack's late winner, so sweet for the Toffees. Right, we're on 55 minutes on the chat, on the match time, aren't we? Second half, 55 minutes. So 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Is that right? Yeah, about that. There you go. Synced up, there you go. We're live for Newcastle and Spurs now. Hey! Newcastle-Tottenham, come on! Let's have a goal in this one. Nearly 5-5 off the line. And Peter Curry said, good away win for us Blues. Our fans, brilliant as always. Absolutely amazing, to be fair. To go down to Bournemouth, 7:30 on a Tuesday night. It's not... You've got to be a really loyal fan to do that trip. So, yeah, it's a big old trip, that one away. And they'll only get back early hours of tomorrow morning, you would imagine. Richie 67, Everton. Really, really top performance from... a proper away performance, that, I think. Really highly organised. Not many chances conceded. Didn't really create a whole lot either, it must be said, but they've deserved a win. Yeah, good win for Everton. And again, if you're new around here, just going to say, if you're new around here, please do give us a like, give us a follow, and subscribe for live watch-alongs every single day. There you go, full-time, Fulham 4, City 5, Pep Guardiola and Marco Silva embrace at full-time. I mean, I think there'll be some discussions in that City dressing room, won't there? There'll be some real discussions about, hang on a minute, lads, this is not acceptable. Yes, we've got 3 points, but it is not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. Archie says, at least I'm going Chelsea away and Forest home soon. You are? Yes, you said, didn't you? I could have went today. I'm gutted I never. Listen, I think when you're tucked up in bed, warm, at 2-3 a.m. this morning, I think you'll be quite happy that you didn't go to Bournemouth. Callum says, everyone called Liverpool unbalanced. Look at City. I need to watch that game back tonight before we draw any sort of meaningful conclusions, but it doesn't look good, does it? To be 5-1 up and you end up winning 5-4, that's not a good look at all for Manchester City. Kieran says, cue the cameras, Pep giving Fulham players a speech. Pep giving Fulham players a speech? And Liam says, didn't you pick the wrong game? I'll never say I picked the wrong game, but I will say a 9-goal thriller between Fulham and City probably would have been more entertaining than Everton. I don't promise you goals. I can't say I promise you goals. We had a laugh, didn't we? We had a chat. We was talking about Everton's best ever Premier League 11. I think that was a good conversation there. Shell says, hit the likes for Key. The poor cop-ite's having a bad season, bless him. Oh, listen you, blue noses, giving me stick. Welsh wing, Fulham played a stupid corner at the end that didn't even beat the first man. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Bournemouth did a few of them tonight. Bournemouth only had, I think they had 1 or 2 corners and they didn't use them well at all. Like, I'm not downplaying before any Evertonian say, I'm not downplaying Everton's performance at all. Fully deserved the 3 points. But Bournemouth were really poor. It was a really poor Bournemouth performance as well. Didn't really create a single chance against Everton. And you could say, well, that's Everton limiting opportunities. And to some extent, that's true. Everton did really well defensively. I think Timur Abunin, for me, would be the man of the match. I thought he was great in midfield. Which is a big surprise after the performance midweek against Newcastle. Rather at the weekend against Newcastle. But he did really well. And yeah, Everton were full value for the win in the end. Ginga says Pep with the old deflection tactic, so all the media will wonder what he said to the Fulham players instead of talking about how rubbish City are. Hang on a minute, has Pep actually gathered the Fulham players together and spoke to him? Have I got that right? That's what people are saying in the chat. Pep has gathered the Fulham players together so he can have a chat to him. Has that actually happened? So it's like the opposite of what Thingy did at Hull. What was his name? Phil. Who was the Hull manager who did that at City when he took him over in front of the away fans and told them off? Phil something. Phil something. I forget his surname now. Welsh Ring says Bournemouth have been struggling recently. Well, the performances have been... I mean, the results have been okay. But it feels like the results have started to follow the downturn in performances. And yeah, losing to Sunderland after being 2-0 up. Tonight, they've barely laid a glove on Everton. So, yeah, Everton have caught them at the right time, maybe. But, again, credit where it's due. You have to give Everton credit. They've deserved it. Kieran McNulty, Brown. Yes, Phil Brown. Sorry. Thank you. Phil Brown. So, it's kind of like that, isn't it? I guess Pep Guardiola giving him the Phil Brown treatment, but in a positive way. And it's the away team, not the home team. That's odd. That just strikes me as a bit odd. Is that... I don't know. Am I overthinking that? Isolde Kaufman says Man United has been struggling recently. Well, I mean, I think United have struggled all season. They're still only level on points with Liverpool, and it's our worst start since 1954. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. United get a big win against Palace at the weekend. You wouldn't have expected them to get that. So maybe they've turned a bit of a corner. It feels like United have maybe... That's probably their first statement win, I think. I didn't expect them to go to Selhurst Park and win. Richie says, we need a striker. Barry and Beto, woeful. Feel really sorry for Barry, because he had a couple of chances tonight, didn't he? He just couldn't quite get it right in the end. Beto, I agree, he's not the long-term solution. You probably do need a centre-forward to come in and just take the pressure off Barry a little bit. Let him grow into the role rather than being Everton's immediate starting centre forward. But who would that be? Who would that be? If you're Everton, if you're David Moyes now, what sort of centre forward are you looking at? I mean, there's been rumours that Ivan Toney is one that he's considering. Would Ivan Toney want to come back to the Prem? Would he? I'm not sure. He's on great money. So, Callum, I can see Everton re-signing Richarlison. I mean, is Richarlison a massive upgrade on... Feels like he's a very different type of striker, Richarlison. He's not a player that you would have... He's not a sole centre-forward, is he? He's not a player you have as a lone centre-forward. Bradders, how's it going, Bradders? Good to see you. What's the scores? The scores are currently Newcastle 0, Tottenham 0. That's still ongoing. There's half an hour left in this game. Tottenham... Bournemouth 0, Everton 1. Everton have won that one. That one's finished. Good away win for the Toffees. And then hold your phone. It's Fulham 4, Manchester City 5. And Richie says Tony all day. Anyone else? Anyone else that kind of stands out as maybe a... Paul Hexham says, how about Rashford to Everton? Rashford? I mean, he's not... Rashford's not going to go to Everton. He's on too much money at the minute. He's playing for Barcelona. I think Rashford thinks he's better than he is, but he's a good player. I still don't think he's maybe Everton. And he's not a centre-forward, is he? He's not that player. He could maybe go to Everton in time. Maybe if it doesn't work out at Barca, maybe Everton's the next type of move that he makes, but I don't think he... No, he's not a centre-forward option for him, in my opinion. Good claim from Ramsdale there. That's really good play from Aaron Ramsdale. Newcastle desperately in need of a keeper. What a ball that is. That's absolutely phenomenal. And Newcastle into the penalty area. Good block. Good defending from Spurs. Paul Hexham says Barcelona have said they don't want him after the loan. Have they really? How does that work then? Who does he... Because he's still on 350 grand a week at United. Where's Marcus Rashford going then? Because Ruben Amorim, he seems to have burned his bridges with Amorim. Oh, here we go. Newcastle, Voltemade. Good defending again from Spurs. Gerard O'Donoghue, we need a big bully. We need a bully like Big Dunk. Do you know what, Gerard? I agree with you on that one, mate. We were talking tonight about Tierno Barry, and I really like Tierno Barry. I'm a red, full disclosure. I'm a red, but I really like him. I've talked about him before on this channel, even before he went to Everton, going back as far as January. I was saying I really hope someone comes and takes this lad Tierno Barry from Villarreal. I think he's absolutely made for the Premier League. He'll just take a bit of time to settle in. And I'm rooting for him. It feels odd as a Liverpool fan rooting for an Everton centre-forward, but I am. I really want him to score because I feel like once he gets one, he'll probably kick on and do quite well for Everton. And he just needs it to go in off his arse, doesn't he? He needs something. And at the weekend against Newcastle, he scores and obviously gets it chalked off in the end, which is gutting for him. Oh, big strike, good block on the line from Spurs. Oh, they just about get it away. But yeah, and tonight, it felt like that was the first time I'd really seen him throw his weight around a little bit. Like he'd really... Yeah, he bounced a couple of defenders tonight. He's a big, tall lad, isn't he, Barry? Plenty of strength about him. Big, tall lad. He's got pace. He's got all the physical attributes you'd want of a centre-forward. Certainly a lone centre-forward. He's just lacking a bit of confidence when he gets the chance. But, yeah. Tonight he bounced a couple of... Diakite is not a small defender either. But he bounced him a couple of times. So... Maybe we're starting to see a bit more of a hustle and bustle Tierno Barry. Maybe a bit more of that about him. Maybe Moyes just told him, you need to start, putting yourself about a bit. Probably a Roma cast off. But Evan Ferguson's there, isn't he? Evan Ferguson's at Roma on loan. Could he be an option for Everton? Maybe. Jake says the only Everton player I like is Illiman. And the legend FK says maybe Everton should scout for someone none of us are familiar with. Ryan Curtis is so close for us, dude. Are you a Fulham fan, Ryan? Yeah, listen, at the end, what a great turnaround from Fulham. I think that's one of the games where you can look at and think, well, you know what, we've played really well there. We've got back into it. 5-1 down. It's finished 5-4. That's a phenomenal performance to get back in the game. Shell says Barry's only a baby, still needs time to settle. That's true enough. And Kieran says Everton are 3 points off the top 4. What is the doom and gloom? Well, they're 3 points off the top 4, but everyone else still has to play. So, context. Liverpool are going to play tomorrow. Man United are going to play tomorrow. Sunderland obviously play Liverpool tomorrow. Brighton still have to play. Villa still have to play. Admittedly, Liverpool and Sunderland play each other. Brighton, Villa play each other. Assuming if Villa were to beat Brighton, Liverpool were to beat Sunderland, Man United were to beat West Ham, then they're still quite a way off those European places. But Everton absolutely are lingering around those positions at this moment in time. We laughed in the first half. Didn't we? There was quite a few people in the chat, fans of different clubs. We were talking about Everton's prospects. We had a few Evertonians saying, actually, do you know what? I reckon we could. We could make it. We could make European football this season. And admittedly, I still don't think Everton will. I think top half would be a success for Everton this season. But, you're lingering around those positions right now. You're in 9th. Palace could go back above you with a win tomorrow. Oh! Actually, Palace can go back above Everton with a point tomorrow. So, it could be down to 10th. In fairness, if Spurs were to get a winner here, which it doesn't look like they're going to, but if Spurs were to get a winner here, they would go above Everton as well. So, Everton could be as low as 12th tomorrow. Alex says, get Richarlison back to Everton. He will give 100% for the shirt and take some of the pressure off Barry and Beto. I agree with getting Richarlison back, but I don't imagine he plays as a lone centre-forward, does he? I imagine it's probably going to be Richarlison coming in and playing off the left, or, he's not going to be that guy. He's not a lone centre-forward. He doesn't occupy defenders in the same way that Beto and Barry should. Or at least that Moyes wants. Brad said, I said at the start of the season with Moyes they'd get the Conference League. It's quite a few did. Everyone thought Everton would be a dark horse for... Or not everyone, but quite a few thought Everton could be a dark horse for Europe. And maybe I need to reassess my bit. I don't personally think they do. I don't think they're good enough to get European football, but if they get top half, I'd still think that's a strong season for Everton and David Moyes. Ginga says, Everton need a top striker, a proper focal point. They need too much of me. They need fullbacks. Mikolenko is not renewing his contract. It doesn't look like he's going to be out of contract at the summer. I feel like he's maybe not a liability, but he's not a starting left back for top European Premier League sides. So, oh, what a run that is from Gordon. Voltemada, great. Oh, what a goal this is. Oh my God, Bruno Guimaraes, this is absolutely sensational. This is one of the best goals of the season. Talk about well worked. This is absolutely incredible. And Bruno goes over and hugs a young fan in I think it's in the disabled section. A young fan. Absolutely unbelievable finish this. This is incredible. This is incredible. What a run from Anthony Gordon down the left-hand side. Commits the fullback. Pulls it back to Voltemada. Voltemada with a little flick to the edge of the box. And Bruno Guimaraes opens his body up, side-footed. 1-0 into the far corner. What a finish. Oh, this is absolutely unreal. And Shell says, do you think Evan Ferguson would work at Everton? He's not really working at Roma though, is he, at the minute? That's a great finish, that. That's an absolutely astonishing finish. Does it take a nick? Oh, you can't fault that. Cannot fault that. Kieran NUFC says, Thomas Frank, it's all over. They can't sack him. Come on, they're not going to sack Thomas Frank. But Eddie Howe, look at him there. Eddie Howe's absolutely chuffed to bits with that. And Shell says, Asnu's just had surgery. Callum Frank getting the sack. I wouldn't sack Thomas Frank. If I'm a Spurs fan, I don't want him sacked. In the same way that, in fairness, I'm a Liverpool fan and I didn't want Arne Slot sacked. I still don't want him sacked. So I think you've got to stay loyal to your manager. You can't be sacking managers as just willy-nilly. MC, told you about Grealish. What do you mean you told me about Grealish? Mate, he had a strike from the edge of the box. It took a massive deflection and went in. And you've popped back in. You've popped back in now because Grealish was the match winner. But you weren't in when Grealish was giving the ball away and passing 5 yards. Couldn't pass 5 yards to an Everton shirt. Spurs with a chance. Good defending from Malik Chow. Really good defending. Shell says, bloody Gordon the rat. And Ginga says, I've always thought Liam Delap should have gone to Everton. He will. He will. I'm telling you, he will go to Everton next. That might be the signing we're talking about. We've just been on about how Everton need a centre-forward. They need someone who'll occupy centre-backs and maybe someone who can take a bit of the pressure off Tierno Barry. Liam Delap could be that centre-forward, but he's also, the problem you've got is he's a young centre-forward as well. So Tierno Barry would be very miffed if Everton were to bring in, certainly permanently, another striker who's 22, 23. Because those two can't play together, can they? They're not going to play in the same system together unless Moyes suddenly goes to a 4-4-2, which isn't like him. So I feel like Everton's new centre-forward, if they do get one, will probably be someone who's in their late 20s, maybe even their early 30s. Someone who can come in and, yeah, take the pressure off Barry, maybe give him a few pointers, maybe just allow him to ease into the Premier League and ease into games without having to be Everton's main starting number 9. And Shell says, no Delap at Chelsea. He wanted the London area. I thought wasn't he a Chelsea fan? Or his dad was a Chelsea fan or something like that. Wasn't that the reason that he cited? Because I'm sure he was very loyal to Everton at one point. The Legend FK says Voltemada is a breath of fresh air for the Magpies, and Rob Dog says potential goal of the season. Do you know what? Up to now, probably not too far off the goal of the season shouts for me. A very, very good goal. A really well worked goal, I think, that Rob Dog. And Jake says, who got the assist because I need the point? It was Voltemada. 3-star Reds, I agree. You've got to stay loyal to your club manager unless his name is Ange. And Ginga says Liam Delap can drop deep though and act as an extra midfielder, allowing Barry to occupy the defence. So you'd play Delap as like a number 10. That maybe. I don't know. I just to be honest, I seem to think it'd be more of an Ivan Toney or someone of that ilk. Chance for Newcastle. Oh, big save. Unlucky. That was better from Newcastle again. Nearly 2-1. Or 2-0, sorry. Prince says, I think your clock is... Oh, sorry, Prince. Rupert. I don't know why the clock stopped. 75.05. Come on, Key. Let me reset that. Thank you very much, Prince Rupert, for telling me that. There you go. Clock's back and running. Oh, now it's... Kieran, come on. 30 minutes, not 20. There you go. Now it's working. Now it's working. Jay Lee says Rory Delap is shit. So who would you want then? Who would you want? If you're an Everton fan, you're David Moyes, right? You've got the chance to sign a centre forward. Who are you signing? Who comes in who's maybe a bit of experience, relatively cheap, I would say. I mean, are Everton going to spend another 30 million on a centre forward? I don't think so. I feel like Barry probably goes and they go and get someone in. Maybe someone on loan. Could they go and get someone like... Do you know, I tell you what, do you know who would be a really, really good signing for Everton? Do you know who would be a phenomenal signing for Everton if they could get him? Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee from Man United, because I'm telling you, United, they're not interested in him. He's playing at the minute because every bugger's injured. But I think Joshua Zirkzee to Everton could be a really, really smart signing. He's one that Everton fans would love. And he's big enough, he's tall enough to make it. I think he'd be a great signing for Everton. Loco, we could easily get an Osimhen. Osimhen. Get Troy Parrott in. Hey, Troy Parrott, maybe. Troy Parrott, possibly. Prince Rupert says Rory Delap. Did I say Rory Delap? Did I say Rory Delap? Ah, sorry. Liam Delap, obviously. Rory Delap and his legendary throw-ins. Rory Delap. Sorry. Julian Alvarez. Troy Parrott. Did you see Troy Parrott's penalty the other day? For AZ Alkmaar. They were playing, I think it was 20. FC 20. They were 1-0 down. They got a penalty in the 97th minute. Troy Parrott stepped up and he did a Panenka. And he hit it over the bar. Oh, he got so much stick for it. MC says, get Kane in now. He's coming to the end. Everton, he'd be a good fit. Harry Kane to Everton. Yeah, no, something else tells me he's probably not an Everton signing. 3-Star Red says, calling it a night. See you tomorrow. Take it easy, mate. I'll see you soon. Hopefully back in tomorrow. And Clarky says, Key, change the fixture, please. Mate, it's going off in 13 minutes. It's a pain in the arse to change it. Chance, Spurs have scored. It's an equaliser. Oh, what a goal. It's Romero. How far forward is he? Diving header. Romero puts Spurs back level. 1-1. Whoa. Newcastle 1, Spurs 1. Everton can get Darwin Núñez. Newcastle 1, Tottenham 1. What a goal that is. We've had two really good goals in this game. Who puts the cross in here? Kudus, is it? Yeah, he stands him up. Stands Lewis Hall up. Gets the ball in. Oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely tremendous. Who is it Romero pulls off onto? Is it Dan Burn? Oh, he just runs near post. That's phenomenal, that. Dan Burn will be disappointed. He'll be really disappointed. But that is like absolutely elite centre-forward play from a centre-back. That is top quality centre-forward play from a centre-back. Romero there, he's got hold of Dan Burn and he drops to the back post and then immediately makes a run to the front. It's absolutely quality stuff. And Dan Burn just doesn't read it. Straight to the front post, diving header, great goal. Romero, auxiliary centre forward tonight. MC Voltamada to Everton, and Reece, Everton may as well go and get Lionel Messi at that point. Liam says Watkins would be good for Everton, to be fair. Yeah, Ollie Watkins maybe. Newcastle fans very frustrated with him. He'd be a good occupy the defence, relatively cheap, relatively experienced type of signing, but he's a very different type of player to Barry, isn't he? Callum says this is the best league season in ages, and Key, you finally didn't curse a game. Newcastle coming forward here again. Chance. Oh, cleared away. Loco says, how is Osimhen a laughable take? I think it's because he's playing like elite level football in Europe for a Champions League club. So what's the chances he comes to Everton? I think that's the thinking behind it. Prince Rupert says, I heard Watkins hasn't scored in ages. He's really dropped off. Yeah, Villa fans not happy with him at all, mate. They're not very happy with him at all. They've certainly criticised him. Oh, what a touch that is from Voltemade. Oh, do you know what? He's got Velcro on his shoes, him. He's absolutely unbelievable. How he's pulled that down. Oh, honestly, the assist he got is so underrated, but that touch, he is literally Berbatov. He's Berbatov. He's a regen of Berbatov. Lewis Hall with a strike, and again Romero with a big block. Great stuff, but Voltemade, he's great to watch. He's a very different type of player to Alexander Isak before anyone says, oh, I bet they've got the upgrade. Very different type of player. I don't think Voltemade is going to be anywhere near as prolific, albeit he started very, very well. But he's such a good striker. He's such a good centre-forward. And he'll be a real fan favourite there at Newcastle. He's doing really well. Callum says John Duran to it. Now, John Duran. I don't think John Duran can go to Everton, though. Well, he can, but it would cost him an awful lot. You've got to stay out of England for 2 years after you leave. Basically, unless you want to pay a massive amount of tax. He's been to Saudi. He's got, 6-9 months of Saudi money. So if he comes back to England, he owes like 50% tax, or maybe 40% tax over a certain amount. He'd have to pay about £4 million, I think, for Duran to come back to the Premier League. Prince Rupert says, didn't Duran go to Saudi? He did, yes. He went to Saudi. There's a claim for a penalty here. Dan Burn getting hauled down. Do you know what? That is a pen. That is a pen. It's Bentancur. He's wrestling Dan Burn. That is a pen. That is a pen. If that's not a penalty, I don't know what is. He is literally all over him in the box. That is a penalty. That should be a penalty to Newcastle here. I mean, it's not what Tottenham fans want to hear. It isn't what Thomas Frank will want to see. But I'm telling you, the referee is good. He's going to go and have a look at it. It's going to be a penalty to Tottenham, to Newcastle, this. Bentancur was all over him. Callum says he's been out of England for 2 years now. He's in Turkey. Surely he's not been out for 2 years. I don't think he's been. He only went to Turkey this year, didn't he? When did he go to Turkey? That is a penalty. That is definitely a penalty. No, John Duran joined Fenerbahce this year, mate. He's only played 5 league games for him. He's not been out of England for 2. He's got to have been. No, it's not. It doesn't count. He's got to have been out of. It's got to be 2 years till he goes back. There's some sort of a tax thing, but he ain't going to do it. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. No way that's a pen. It is a pen. It is a pen. I'm telling you. He's hauled him down. He's hauled him down. That is a clear penalty. Newcastle back down to 14th with that equaliser. I'm telling you. It's a pen. It's a pen. Yeah, there you go. Penalty. Referees give it. Oh, look at Dan Burn then. See Dan Burn? He's just tapped Bentancur's ass. He's just gone like that to Bentancur. Yeah, there you are, pen. Told you. Penalty cock. Oh! Newcastle are going to go back in front here. Archie says never a pen that. Jake says pen to who? Pen to Newcastle, and it's Anthony Gordon who's going to take it. Oh, Anthony Gordon, Everton fan favourite, is going to step up and take this one. Archie, hopefully they miss. There you go. Blue Nose is not happy with him. Princess Dan Burn slapping Bentancur's ass. Ginga says Spurs without Kudus are just spuds. Bentancur. Hopefully they miss. Tom says game's gone, and the legend FK says Newcastle should be ahead anyway, but this is what happens. I really do. I think you've got to give a penalty for that. I think that's a penalty. You can't be wrestling players like that in the box. Drag them down and it not be a penalty. It is. It's just got to be. Reece says Everton could always go and get Paul Mullin. Paul Mullen. I love that. Have you seen that Everton Spaces? So good. Chimey says, what about Morris from Luton? He'd be a good striker for Everton. Carlton Morris? Nah. Callum Coyle says, come on Voltamada for fantasy points. Well, it isn't going to be it's not going to be Voltamada. It's Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon, right-footed. Clarkey says, Bentancur not getting sent off. No, Bentancur is not getting sent off. Anthony Gordon steps up. Right-footed. Goal. 2-1. Newcastle back in front. And 5 minutes to go. Newcastle absolutely... Do you know what? From the half of football that I've seen, I didn't see the first half, so I can't comment. But it was 0-0 when we turned it on. And after the Everton game, I thought we'd see another 0-0, to be honest. But Newcastle have been the better side. Spurs have got straight back into it with Romero. Really good goal from Bruno. Spurs got back into it with Romero, and then they've chucked it away again. Bentancur, they'll be absolutely fuming that another Spurs player has made a basic error, wrestling Dan Burn in the penalty area. Do you know what? I love to see it given. I love to see those decisions given. Because there's so much of that goes on in the Premier League and it doesn't get given. You've got to give it. I just want them to start getting maybe a bit more consistent with it. Shay says harsh pen that though. What do you think? I don't think so. I think that's bang right. You've got to give him. I just hope they give it next week and they give it the week after and there's a bit of consistency about it. Because you see it one week and then tomorrow night, it'll probably happen tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, you'll see that exact same thing, it won't get given. And that's the really frustrating thing, isn't it? The lack of consistency from referees. But it's 2-1 and we're in the last 3 minutes here at St James's Park. The legend FK says, could Everton get Mateta? I think Mateta might be a tad out of Everton's price range, and I also think that if Mateta is going to leave Palace, which, again, Palace fans tell me that he will. Palace fans are absolutely certain that Mateta will be leaving this summer with a year left on his contract. He's 28. He's just got into the France squad. I feel like Mateta will probably be poached by an AC Milan, an Inter Milan, a Juventus, maybe a Chelsea, or I don't know, someone. There'll be some big Champions League club that will take a look at Mateta. So again, that's not to say he'd never go to Everton or anything like that. I'm not downplaying Everton, but I'm just saying I think there's probably bigger clubs and bigger opportunities that would fancy him. Shell, see you soon. Take it easy, Shell. Hopefully see you tomorrow, lovely. And Lucas says, as a Brazilian, it makes me happy to see Bruno G's level growing consistently. Also makes me sad to see Richarlison at the moment. Well, Richarlison's just took a clear dive. Oh, that's a shove from Voltamada. MK13, that is a joke of a pen. Mate, come on. That's not a joke of a pen. It isn't. That is that's a pen. That should probably be a red card, that ref. Not a pen. It's got to be a red card. Not even a check. Hold him down there. Shell, take care. You too. And hopefully see you soon, Shell. Bradders says, what time will the live be starting tomorrow? I'll be live tomorrow for Liverpool at 7:45. It's a 8:15 kickoff. So I'm live tomorrow at 7:45 for Liverpool Sunderland. I am Crute. I see you've started following people on here now, Key. Honoured to be on the list. Yes, mate. Yes, I just started flying through them. Our regulars, our seasoned vets, of which you are one, of course. So yeah, good to have you on. As always. Liam, how's Shell doing, man? I think she's fine. She's been in hospital, obviously. She's out of hospital now. She seems to be hopefully okay. Hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn there, Shell. I don't know if you've gone already, but yeah, she's been active in the chat. She fell off a bike, the poor girl, and she's out of hospital now. So, lots of love to Shell. But yeah, the live will be tomorrow at 7:45. I'll probably be doing maybe an early afternoon live as well if anyone fancies it, if anyone's around for it. We'll just do a general Premier League chit-chat video. 90 minutes on the clock. 9 added minutes. Jesus Christ, where's that come from? 9 added minutes at the end of the second half here. Sweet Jesus. Rob Dog says, do we deserve this win, Key? I think so. Yeah, I mean, listen, if it had been 1-1, I don't think either side could have complained. I actually think Spurs probably were fully deserving of a point. But then if you've got a player, and he had both arms around Dan Burn, and he didn't just have hold of him and let it go. He had hold of him and kept hold of him and kept hold of him. And Dan Burn's got his hands up like this, like, come on. And then he falls and drags Dan Burn down. It's the clearest penalty you are ever likely to see. You can't do that. On corners, you can't do it. It has to be a pen. And I'd like to see referees give it more, if I'm honest. But it doesn't happen enough. It's going to be a corner to Spurs. Ginga says, I swear they just make up the extra time, whatever creates the most drama. Yeah, if it's at Old Trafford, 3 added minutes. It's at Anfield, 12. Jake says, see you later, Key. Take it easy, Jake. Hopefully see you tomorrow, mate. And the legend FK says, Newcastle's a very good side, so there's that too. They are, yeah. Liam says, more of a tug, that Key. Well, there was a little bit of tugging in the box there, wasn't there? Definitely a little bit of tugging in the box. Spurs put the ball in. Still 7 minutes left to go here. Headed behind, is it? No. Kept in. Livramento gets it clear. Rodri, how's it going, Rodri? Good to see you. And MK13 says you could do the afternoon Arab Cup tomorrow. Kai, day 1 of normalising eating plain white bread. I don't know what that means, Kai. I am Kroot says, the performance against West Ham wasn't perfect, let's be honest. We can't persist with the same team. No, I think Joe Gomez gets dropped for tomorrow. I think Salah probably comes back in. We'll see. I'm interested to see anyway. I'll be live not long after the teams have come out tomorrow. So again, if you want to follow me, if you want to be live, if you want to be in the live tomorrow, make sure you've clicked like, make sure you've subscribed, and I am live every single day watching games of football. Live tomorrow for Liverpool against Sunderland. Thursday, live for Man United against West Ham. Friday, Hull against Middlesbrough. Big game in the Championship, that one. Hull City, by the way, I don't know if you know, Hull City have nobody other than Coventry, who are first in the league. Nobody other than Coventry have scored as many. Chance for Spurs. Oh, it's going to be a corner. Yeah, Hull City, they have got the second best goal scoring record in the Championship. Only Coventry have scored more. And they have got the second worst defensive record. Only Sheffield Wednesday have conceded more. So, whenever Hull City play, there's drama. They got a late winner against Stoke at the Britannia at the weekend. Absolutely fantastic. Joe Gelhardt is having a fantastic season on loan from Leeds United. We're going to be live for Hull City against Middlesbrough on Friday night. And then Saturday afternoon, I'm live again. Aston Villa against Arsenal. Plus the big 5:30 game, which is Leeds United against Liverpool. So, loads of footy again this weekend. I'll be live Saturday, 2 games. 3 games, I think, on Sunday. So, loads and loads of footy. Chance for Spurs. Overhead kick. Oh, he's done it! They've done it! What a goal, Romero! They've pitched it! It's 2-2! Romero, what a finish that is! It's an overhead kick. And in the 95th minute at St James's Park, Spurs have got back into it. What drama in this game. 2-2. I tell you what, Romero, he's giving it the big un. He's giving it the big un. And do you know what? He deserves it because he's been absolutely phenomenal. He's got 2 absolutely brilliant goals here. I'm just looking at the goalkeeper. Is Aaron Ramsdale a little bit... Is he questionable for this one? This is an overhead kick. But it bounces. It bounces about 4 or 5 times before it goes in the net. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know. It goes through a lot of bodies. Ramsdale, you can see him. He's like this. He's screaming at his defence. Someone's got to clear that. But it's an overhead kick from him. Oh, and it just trickles into the net more than anything. He just trickles into the net. It's off his shin. It's off his shin. And it's 2-2. Newcastle 2, Tottenham 2. Sweet Lord, still time to go. And we got 4 minutes left here. There could be a winner. Could be 3-2. And Voltemade. Oh, this could be better than the City game. This could be better than the City game in the end. The Legend FK says that snooze fest has turned out to be a quality match after all. Romero, you shithouse, says Kieran NUFC. I am Crute says Xavi Simons is definitely the flop of the season. And I am Crute says if that had been Xavi Simons after what we've all just said about him, that would have been more karma. I mean, listen, it's an overhead kick from Romero, but it is his shin. It does hit his shin. And bobble in. But so harsh for Newcastle, really. Kai is fuming. Newcastle fans not happy. Oh, Richarlison. Shouldered him, Ramsdale. We're into the last 3 minutes of added time here. 3 minutes to go. I am Crute says hit his shin. Bit like Rooney against City. It's out. It's out. The first cast. Someone's going to bite on that one. Bradders says fuming for my bet. Who did you have? Oh, this is great play from Newcastle. Good ball in. And Spurs just launch it away up the pitch. Richarlison chasing it down. And do you know what? To be fair, Spurs are pressing. They're trying to get the winner. They're trying to get that winner. Nathan, I hope Slot picks the same team from the other day. He can't, mate. He can't put Joe Gomez in again. He can't. Physically, you can't. It's an absolute lie. You can't do it. The guy's not played 90 minutes for about 3 years. You can't put him in for 90 minutes back to back within the space of 72 hours. He'll break down. He's having injections in his knee to get through games. Like, I can't see us putting Joe Gomez in. As much as I'd like us to. Can't see it. Oh, yeah. It's a goal kick to Spurs. The legend, I'm waiting for the nibble. The Legend FK says Richarlison desperate for a chicken celebration. Pigeon. It's a pigeon celebration. It's not the chicken, it's a pigeon. Shay says Jamie Carragher said that on commentary, by the way. What a clown. What's he said? What's he said on commentary? What's Jamie Carragher said on commentary, Shay? Nathan says true, might be asking too much. I mean, I just feel like that's the big thing. I imagine he'll probably go. Kieran says, Romero, I'm waiting for you outside St. James's, mate. And MK13, what the F is Romero? Well, 60 seconds to go here, and Shay says he said off the shin, just like Rooney v City. Yeah, love it, Jamie. Canna, absolutely brilliant. Right. Romero's obviously, he's had a great game tonight, Romero. Really, really top performance. Nathan, did Barca win? Yes, 3-1 against Atletico Madrid. And MK13, they fouled him the same way they got their pen. He gets up and scores that. Bradders, it was one for today and tomorrow's Prem games. City and Everton had come in, but had Newcastle to win. You backed Everton to win away at Bournemouth. Good lad. Well done, you. Long ball forward. Richarlison winning it as well. Well done, Richarlison. The last chance of the game might be a Spurs chance here. If they can get it in the box, it might be a Spurs chance. Xavi Simons. Good ball. A doggy. Pulls it back. Oh, it's going to be a corner kick. And it is going to be a corner kick. Is it? Throw in? No? Corner? What's he give? He's give a corner. He's give a corner kick. Not a throw. Right. Last chance saloon. If there's going to be a winner in this, it's going to be here. It's a corner kick to Spurs. Romero's come forward. Could he get a hat-trick? Could he get a hat-trick? Vicario screaming at someone, stay back. We don't want to lose this. That's probably the smart thing to do. But Spurs could yet win this. Corner kick. They don't want to be counted on, but I don't know if there's going to be time. Shocking ball in. Straight into Ramsdale's hands. And that's it. Full time. Full time. Do you know what? Great game. 2-2. Newcastle 2, Spurs 2. I enjoyed that. That was a good game of football. Probably better than the one we actually watched tonight, which is Everton Bournemouth. Right, well, it wasn't quite Fulham against City, but we still saw 5 goals tonight with Newcastle and Everton Bournemouth. So, they're having a bit of a scrap here. Romero and Bruno Guimaraes. Argentina against Brazil. They're just having a little bit of a set to, these two. A little bit of a tete-a-tete. Right, I will be back. Kieran's petition to stop Everton games. I will be back tomorrow for Liverpool against Sunderland. I'll be live at 7:45. I'll probably be doing a live during the day as well, if anyone wants to join me for that. But I'll be live certainly at 7:45 for Liverpool Sunderland. Live for United v West Ham on Thursday. Live again on Friday, Hull v Borough. And live for all this weekend's Premier League footy. So I'm live every single day. If you haven't yet given me a follow or subscribed, please do so. Makes a massive difference. At the very least, please click like on the video wherever you're watching this, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, wherever it might be. Lots of love, everyone in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for your comments and everything, and the super chats and everything. It's been really nice. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow night for another big night of football. Take it easy.